Entering the metaverse.
Welcome to Habbo.
Come play games and chat about the latest football drama.
Meet up with friends, meet new people, and have a great time.
I'll be there on special VIP days. Click the link or go to the website at habbo.com.
Let's play DR Sports Prediction Battle. Are you obsessed with football like me? Do you know your Senegal from your Switzerland, your Ghana from your Germany, your England from your Ecuador? Put your knowledge to the test against me or any of the others playing DR Sports Prediction Battle this World Cup. Sign up and play by clicking the link. You just have to get the most right to win. Being obsessed with football might actually pay off. Just look at me.
Yes, people, welcome back to another DR Watch Along. You're back with myself, Fuad, and we're back here for the France versus Denmark game. Listen, another big World Cup fixture, and I've got another full house with me, as you can hear. And listen, to my right, of course, starting, we got Belgium in the house. Listen, how are you, man?
Fantastic, bruv, and can't wait, man. Thank you for DR Sports for inviting me, man.
As always, Parisian London's on his way in as well to represent France. We always got to have some representatives for you. And of course, to my left, we got James Jr. and James Senior. James Senior, James, how you doing, boys? You alright?
I'm great. As you said, whenever you're on, there's goals, there's excitement. This is what he's always telling me. So we're here now. We're expecting some goals. Am I right, James?
Yeah. I think it should be a good game.
Otherwise, if we don't get any goals, Fuad said himself that he was going to eat this lovely croissant lined with chilies here, because he gave me a money back guarantee that there would be goals, and if there's not, then you make sure in the chat that he has to have a big fat bite.
He's dropped you in it there. He's just decided.
Get involved in the chat, yeah. Get involved. You know what happens when I'm here? It's always goals guaranteed. And listen, we got France v Denmark. We got Argentina after that as well. So there's going to be stories. There's going to be action. Get involved. And listen, you can also get involved in the DR prediction battle. Click the link in the description and make your picks. Everyone here has been getting involved throughout the tournament as well, and there's a chance to win £125,000 throughout this group stage. Listen, massive, life-changing money. And you can start with as little as £1, but you must be over 18 to play. Click the link in the description, get involved, guys, and scan the QR code to play along. We'll be doing it throughout the group stages. Get involved. Guys, off top, actually, let me get your predictions for this game. Belgium, let me know. What's your kind of gut feeling before we go through the lineups?
Well, first of all, before I start saying, listen, come on, guys, get onto the chat, man. I need 10,000 to start with. 10,000 people, man. Come on, man, get onto the chat, man. 10,000 to start with, yeah? Then, okay, we proceed. Well, let's digress. Do you know, coming back to the game, do you know what? It will be a tricky game, yeah? It will be a tough game because the last 3 or 4 meetings between Denmark and France has been tough for the French. In fact, in the Nations League, they lost twice, both home and away.
Yeah.
So it will be something that Didier Deschamps would like to put in right.
We have a Royal Rumble entrance.
There he is. Nice to meet you, good sir.
Big man. How are you doing? You alright?
The tune was winning.
Allez les bleus. And as you can see in the house, Parisian London. How you feeling, bro? You good?
I'm good.
Listen,
I'm good.
Big game today. We were just getting involved into the predictions. Of course, Belgium. Let me know.
And as I was saying, you know what, it'll be a tricky game, but I believe that Deschamps has already fixed that one up, and hopefully, I see France winning this game anyway. Hopefully, winning it by 2-0. Yeah, I see France
2-0?
Yeah, 2-0, man. Straight.
Well, last 10 games we played against them, it's 6 wins for France. With the last 2 ones, we got bullied, man.
Yeah, big time.
Again, overall, I'd say we have the potential, considering the previous performance as well. They're not scary to me, to be fair. But it's always complicated with Denmark.
Yeah.
So, again, I think the squad that we have, the starting 11 is looking good. We got rid of Pavard, who useless on the side as well.
We'll go through the lineups in a little bit.
He was useless, man. He was.
No, man.
He had a terrible game.
Please won't forget that World Cup goal from the last tournament.
That's it. Hey, so you score that kind of goal against Argentina, it wins you a place.
No, do you know what I always say to people? Because I always say to people, especially when they go on Twitter Spaces, they say, "Oh, this player is useless. I don't want him in my team." And I will say, no player is useless. Players go out there, they want to do their best. They might not have a good time there, but it's not that they're useless, you know. obviously, Deschamps realized that with Pavard, because defensively, later on, he's been falling short. So it's good that he took him off, replace him. So obviously, the person coming to replace him has to do it. So if the person doesn't do it, then obviously... Then
Giroud starting today, we'll see the difference.
Giroud, remember, he's not much fit. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful.
More efficient than
we need to be careful.
Still.
He's not much fit because he was out injured. You know,
I know.
So predictions, you're going 2-0.
2-0,
you're going...
I think we're going to concede.
I hope not.
Varane is starting as well.
Yeah, that's right.
I know the Arsenal fans are, scared that
Saliba
is not here. Where's Saliba? Where's Saliba?
No, he's not scared. It's nice. It's nice. Not Saliba is only 21. He should be learning. That's good.
He's not ready yet. Yeah, I'm going for 3-1 France.
3-1 France. 2 goal differences. All right. What are we going on this side, James?
So I've got Denmark in the sweepstake.
He wants the 1,000 quid.
The representative.
I got France.
But you know, I wasn't that impressed with them actually in the game against Tunisia. Thought Tunisia were the better side. I'm boldly going a 3-0 France win. I think they might batter them. You know, I think. Do you know what France did the other day in their win against Australia? I'm pretty sure Australia aren't the best side you're going to see at the tournament, but they just flexed their muscles. They went, hold on, all this talk about the curse of the champions, we've got all these players missing. Let's just remind people what we've got. And when you've got star quality like Mbappe, Dembele I thought was really good in that game, and you've got really young up-and-coming world-class talents like Tchouaméni as well. You've got a back four that whoever they play, there's quality. Hernandez comes on for Hernandez. You're just like, this is a serious squad.
Exactly.
And I think they're a ruthless squad. Who, you know, I'd been to the Euros final, won the World Cup. Okay, the last Euros didn't go right for them, but I think they want to right that. So I think they might blow Denmark away today, actually.
Yeah, hopefully, man. It'll be a tricky game.
I hope not.
James, where are you going?
That is certainly a bold prediction. Not quite as bold as you could be if you do use this Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped with its new skin-safe technology. Boy, you will be bolder than anything, bolder than that claim. And I see everyone's gone for France. I mean, when you came strutting into the building, I could feel the confidence emanating.
That's it, man.
I can feel it. You made me feel a certain type of way about this France team. You made me feel like you're gonna get spanked. You made me feel like you're gonna get turned over. And you know what? I can feel an upset in the making. You know when you can you get that feeling that you get a certain type of healing. But we aren't going to go there because it is a PG show. But Denmark are going to do the business. I can feel it, man. I'm not supporting anyone, but it is the year of the underdog. I think France, a little bit overhyped in that first game, if I'm honest. You know, I thought they were good in the transition. But, you know, I think, I just really think Australia won at the races. I'm going to go 2-0 Denmark.
Which team do you support?
2-0 Denmark.
Which team do I support?
Which country and which
country? Well, I'm half English, half Armenian, so obviously I'm supporting England.
What club do you support?
Leeds United.
With Melier.
The mighty whites.
Parisian's going to do his homework. You know what? I'm going to go find someone to pick on. But listen, let's go through the lineup. Let's go through the lineups now, actually, guys. Let's go through Belgium. You want to go through the lineups?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Let's go through the lineup, shall we? And then maybe we can review those predictions and see what you don't really think. And for France, I mean, Parisian, if you want to go for it, read that off for me.
So Loris in goal, Koundé replacing Pavard, as I said, Varane starting, Upamecano, let's see how it goes. I would have played Konate instead, to be fair. Hernandez, Tchouaméni, Rabiot,
Dembele, Griezmann, Mbappe, Giroud,
Giroud's going to smash the record today, I think.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's slightly heartbreaking.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, actually, I wanted to ask you, because you are French yourself, I've asked quite a few people this, Benzema getting injured. Could you potentially look at it in a way that it is maybe a blessing in disguise? Obviously, he's a Ballon d'Or winner, he's a great player, but you saw how you played in the last World Cup with Giroud. He unlocks other players. He unlocks Mbappe, he unlocks the likes of Dembele.
Last World Cup, we won. I keep repeating this, man, and Belgium is always upset when I say this, but last World Cup, we won it with our number 9 not scoring any goal. His name is Giroud.
He did contribute.
Right? So we said that's fine. He's creating space on the pitch, right? So okay, everyone was fine with Giroud. I know the squad looks more balanced because now it's no longer about Benzema, and obviously we play. They used to play without Benzema as well, and they won the World Cup without him. So I think it's not a blessing in disguise at all. I think it's a big miss. I think the main miss of this World Cup is not Benzema but Pogba, because Pogba was obviously organising everything. But no, I think the squad looks decent without Benzema anyway. So Not a big loss, but not a blessing in disguise anyway. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Should I just add to the Parisians' what's the name comment? Benzema, if Benzema was there, he will be telling those players, Tchouameni them, say, calm down. You've not won anything yet.
Yeah, but
Just
there's a lot of leaders
wait,
in there.
wait,
Varane.
wait. No, but Varane has already won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Benzema hadn't won it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be telling Tchouameni, because on the first game, at one point, there was a lack of communication between the defenders and Tchouameni in the middle of the pack. Right? So Benzema will have been saying that to them, calm down. Yeah? So
Are you saying Giroud wouldn't?
Giroud is not, he's not vocal.
No.
You know, when you see him, he just go by his business. You know?
Yeah, it's quite.
Then
yeah,
when
exactly.
it comes to Pogba, as Parisian was saying that they miss him, those balls
Captain.
putting over the top. Yeah, forget about that leadership on the pitch and outside the pitch, but those balls, Tchouameni hasn't got those
Vision.
ability.
It's a Hollywood pass merchant, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this time it will come up, and you can't rely on Rabiot. That's why today it will be Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah, the midfield is our weakness, to be fair.
I was
A
going
bit
to say,
too young.
why does Deschamps deny us the Camavinga Tchouameni double pivot?
Camavinga is experiencing a little discomfort. I had this during training sessions before we started the World Cup.
Okay.
So I guess he's saving him for next
round,
games.
maybe.
But he has to play, man. He has to play. It's
Fair
quality.
enough. We'll move on to the Denmark lineup anyway. James, you want to read this out since you got them in the sweepstake?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to
Schmeichel in goal.
differentiate you two, innit?
This is so confusing.
So James B, go for it.
I think could it be a back three? Anderson, Christensen, Nelson. Then you got Christensen with a K, not a CH.
Rasmus, Leeds legend. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Højbjerg, Eriksson, Mæhle, Lindstrøm, Damsgaard, and Cornelius. A decent looking bench as well. That's a Norgard there.
What would you make of that lineup?
Listen, there's undoubted quality in there.
A lot of familiar names.
A lot of familiar names. Yeah. We know obviously Damsgaard got his move to Brentford in the summer. Eriksson, we know what he's been doing and what a story it is that he's representing Denmark, another major tournament. We touched on it in the last game.
Yeah.
Højbjerg, you know, is one that I was saying with Abby when she was hosting the last one that managers keep picking him. While I don't necessarily always see what the great hype is around him, I also have to respect that managers love him, and he clearly does a job in that midfield, and they'll be looking at him as one of the experienced players and leaders in a game.
Could you argue it's a bit like Granit Xhaka? You know, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying you didn't see what the big fuss was, but 3-4 managers all picked him.
I think that is maybe not in terms of. I don't think they're similar. I don't think they're necessarily similar players, but in that same sense, yes, that the managers keep picking him. It's a bit like when Ollie left and everyone's criticising for playing McTominay and Fred. You know, 2 managers down the line, we're still seeing McTominay get a lot of minutes, sometimes with Fred. So it's like sometimes they're just things that managers tend to like and they trust in. But anyway, Højbjerg's, and it's not just that, Højbjerg's starting because of the quality he's got as well.
Mate,
so,
for international as well, I feel like he's one of those few players that I think the first game I saw him do a flip-flap. And I said, who is this guy? I said, I don't see this Højbjerg at Spurs. So I think sometimes that international tournament as well, players get that extra little bit of freedom because he's got the back three behind him. I think
he's
Denmark,
got a wonder goal in him as well.
Definitely not a team to sleep on. And I think because he gets that little bit of license to go forward, I've seen him pop up with a few screamers for Spurs. So this season he's definitely been involved in the goals as well. So I'm thinking they're not to be slept on. I think Marley last Euros as well was one of the best wing backs throughout the tournament. I don't know what he's been like at Atlanta over the last year or so, but James, what are you kind of thinking for this Denmark team? Are you obviously you've picked them to win 2-0. Does that confidence still lie with you after that? You've got Braithwaite.
Absolutely, mate. And like I said, man, you know, you got Rasmus Christensen at fullback. If you think that he isn't going to keep, whether they switch it over or put Mbappe and Dembele there, he's going to keep him quieter than a church mouse down there. So I don't really see them causing him many issues. But bias aside, I think most of my confidence really comes from the fact that I'm waiting to see how France actually, you know, respond in this second game. I don't take too much away from that first game, really. I think that they are a bit overhyped, and I feel personally like
Can't believe what I'm
it's
hearing.
not going to be their year, man. I just don't feel it, you know. So you get that feeling around teams, and you can't describe
Were you
it.
overhyped when England won against Iran?
Huh?
Were you overhyped and you celebrated when England won against Iran?
Yeah, you're damn right.
And you saw yesterday.
And
you
Oh, yeah, yesterday
you're talking
was-
about being overhyped.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, we
What's going on?
overhyped. Oh no, we were not overhyped when we beat Iran. No, absolutely. No, I just don't. I don't personally.
England will whack Brazil, fam.
We would. I don't know what this guy's. This guy's
Allegations
talking. This guy's talking rubbish.
Excuse me?
But I'm telling you, Denmark
You're
are a
not
strong
gonna
team. This France team heavily
Junior.
changed from the
Hold on,
injuries.
hold
I think
on,
the
hold
first
on.
game was a bit of a placebo, and you'll see it today. I think they'll struggle.
You ain't gonna skip over that like it's nothing. I'm the host for a reason. You will address your allegations. You said England will do what to Brazil?
I was in the room.
The same energy you had for
I
France
don't
just
think
now. Face your camera.
I think these are lies.
Face the camera. Face it.
So did you or did you not say that?
No, I didn't. I haven't the
Someone in
foggiest.
the
I haven't the
comments,
foggiest of these.
Junior.
In
Production
fact,
in the back.
I might have to
We
sue
will
because
need the
this
clips.
is defamation of character right here. This is
Fair enough.
defamatory stuff. Libelous information.
They're telling you.
This,
Anyway, let me read out some comments.
I think there's something in the air. Maybe the fan was on. You know, a bit of wind pollution.
All right.
I just wanted to say something. I just wanted to say
Listen, the
something.
players are just coming out now as well, singing the national anthems. I'll just read out some comments. Send your predictions in as well, and I'll read them out as soon as I can. I see some of you guys have said 1-1 draw guaranteed, says Freddie USA. We got a 1-0 Ericsson winner from Novak Djokovic.
No chance, man.
Ayul says 4-0 France. Joel says 2-1 France. Man United fan says 2-1 Denmark.
Because of Ericsson, yeah?
Listen, don't sleep on Denmark, man.
No,
Sally
we're not.
says 2-0.
That's the thing, man. We're not
I'm the most
sleeping on
confident
the
in the
attitude
room
we
of a
have.
France win.
Is that
Yeah.
this World Cup is not looking like the previous one. We are impacted by all the main injuries that we have.
Injuries, yeah.
So we're like, step by step.
be fair.
We're not supposed to be favourites here. That's
I
the thing.
genuinely think this
And
is the biggest test
Yeah.
of this
Yeah,
France
exactly.
team's character.
Big
like
Because
you yesterday with
You've lost-
USA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm not. Don't say you. I'm Holland. I'm not England.
Is it?
Well, not necessarily.
You live in England.
Everyone knows
You
in the
live
comments
England.
as well. Listen,
You live in England.
please, don't
You live in
affiliate.
England.
Please.
Do you know what? I just
We
wanted to
suffered
say-
against Ecuador anyway, so it was a rough evening for us anyway.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
sorry, what was we saying?
No, we were
That's the
talking
big
about
test
this,
for us
but,
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like this is the biggest because this, as you said, Nations League, Euros,
Yeah.
World Cup, you've done well in every tournament. I feel like with the same
always struggled
core
against
team
them.
as well.
Against Denmark,
the
we
midfield
struggled.
now you've lost it. Benzema, who's like a breath of fresh
Yeah.
air, you've lost
Pogba,
that. Can you
Kante.
now react? And in the first game, we saw yes.
Yeah.
Now for me, what I've seen is in the second games, teams haven't been able to maybe deliver that same momentum.
True.
Saudi Arabia, we saw that a little bit.
Yeah.
Are we going to see that with Argentina later on as well? I'm curious to see in the second games, England yesterday, Holland yesterday. So in the second game, I'm curious to see if France can now deliver that same gusto that they had against Australia, against a better quality side, in my opinion, with Denmark. It'll be interesting for sure.
You know, when you watch a team, and this is why I do disagree with you, James, on whether they're being overhyped, France, and you talk about that feeling, and I kind of had it in a different way. When I was watching France against Australia, again, like, it's not, numbers wouldn't point at it, or analysis, or stats, or whatever. I was just watching them going, like, they just look like they're going to win it again.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. They went 1-0 down, they didn't panic, they
Do you not
scored
think that
4
with
goals.
Spain though, as well,
You know-
after seeing them?
You know, with Spain, it's France and Spain that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But Spain, I wasn't so much looking at. France, I watched and I was like, you look like you're just going to go win it again.
proven it more
Whereas
recently.
Spain, I was like, you guys are just so great to watch. I don't know how
Love
to
it.
explain it. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
you
okay.
just absolutely
Yeah,
entertained
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So maybe if they, put 2 or 3 wins together like that, then I'll start going, cool, they can do that across
They
the
can do
tournament.
But their mentality hasn't been tested the same way as a France or someone else like Spain has it.
Yeah, I mean, with France, with the injuries and losing Benzema and all that, to go 1-0 down against Australia, that can maybe rock you mentally.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when you've got not the midfield pairing you want, maybe a few more inexperienced players in in there, and they just went and got it done. Like Mbappe
Yeah.
just went, yeah, cool, whatever. The way him and Rabiot combined for that equaliser was just like, they just got that bit of quality, that bit of class.
Oh yeah, they
Well,
did.
the key player that I'm expecting a lot from in this World Cup is Ousmane Dembele.
Dembele, yeah.
He's so, I love him, you know.
You know,
I love
we
him.
missed him during the previous World Cup as well. He's a key player.
He was there,
He's
but he
just
didn't play much,
gifted
yeah.
naturally, and sometimes he's lazy.
You know, I love
but
is
this year
the
is, like, so
both-footed,
good.
the both-footed ability, man. As a winger, you can't
That's
understate.
amazing.
You
That's
can't
amazing.
understate the ability of making a defender second guess whether you're going to cut inside or
Exactly.
go down the line.
And the link up with
Changes
Mbappe
everything.
is looking mad as well. That's what we were
And
waiting
he's
for.
someone who, at Barcelona, he's shown flashes over the last 18
Yeah,
months.
right now,
He's
yeah.
earned a new contract.
Yeah.
He's got the backing of Xavi behind him, and he's a little bit more settled, even with his
Yeah.
injuries.
Well, he's got
Last
over
game
his
you saw
he's
him
got over
really
his
step
crippling
up.
Fortnite addiction, and he's actually starting to get himself fit and turn up to training on time and stuff.
Exactly.
So he's starting to get himself some.
I think he has a
Stop playing
wife
FIFA.
now. That's right.
Yeah,
That's what I told
he
you, that
stopped
stop
playing the
playing
computer
FIFA,
games.
Yeah. He's way more disciplined now. So
Do you know, I just wanted to respond to James' questions about Holbert. Is that Holbert?
Højbjerg, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the name? And Xhaka. Do you know what? Why the reason why any coach, even though there's a new coach, they come in and they pick them up, is because a player, if you are tactically flexible,
Yeah.
and you understand the game, any coach, whether people, we, the fans, or the pundit, they're coming out and they say, oh, this player is not good. Why is this player has been picked up? Once the coach sees that player, whenever there's a tactical structure,
Yeah.
that player can switch and fit into the new, then they'll pick him up. And again, too, there's also a trust. I can trust this player. So those are the conditions. So sometimes when the coach is coming
I
out,
think
and
that's
they're using
Sometimes,
the-
managers always love a guy who they can rely on and say, that's my soldier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like guys like Højbjerg, guys like Xhaka, they're warriors.
Why do
Let's
you
be
think-
honest.
why do you think
they'll
Maguire
run through a
and
brick
Stones
wall
play
for a
every
lot.
game?
Those are the guys who like Jose's and Conte's.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
love because it's like this guy will run through a brick wall for me.
Yeah.
But listen, before we kick off here, just remember today's Game Day Live is brought to you by Manscaped as well. As we said earlier, with the bold predictions, keep yourself bold. It's that winter time of the season. You know how it gets. Listen, it's the best self-grooming equipment out there. Make sure you keep your midfield tidy as well with 25% off of Manscaped this Black Friday. Use the code World Cup at the checkout line, and you can get 25% off Manscaped. Click the link in the description. Get it.
The stuff in here is quite sensational.
Trust me.
I have to say, this ball toner, the ball deodorant, boy, you want yourself smelling good. You want yourself smelling clean, but you want it to be a natural scent. You don't want cologne down there. You don't want
And we've
spray. It
kicked off.
smells unnatural. You don't want unnatural scents down there. You want a nice natural smell. You want to be clean. You want to
Trust
be
me,
feeling
I can,
fresh.
I can attest to that. I
You
use
can.
that product many a times. And
Believe me, hygiene
obviously,
is very, very important. And
as
nobody
some-
does it better than
Trust me.
Manscaped.
As some of you know, Stop His Shine TV
Bro, I
is
was,
sponsored by Manscaped as well. We love Manscaped over here, man.
what was the House of Football?
House Football,
Bro,
wicked,
that
man.
was
Wicked
looking mad.
event yesterday, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah?
big shout out to Adidas
tracksuit
London
that you
as well,
had
man.
was fire
Yeah,
as well.
honestly, they kitted us out.
70s style and
kind of
stuff.
retros.
that
Yeah, I was like, you
looking
know what?
good.
It was kind of themed, obviously, for teams kind of at the World Cup, but
Yeah.
dope meeting some great people there as well,
Right,
man.
come on.
Wicked event.
You know, you were saying, sorry to cut you off there, you're getting that feeling about France, the dominance
Just quickly,
and the...
before you get into that as well, let me just read out a super chat because I did see this earlier.
Oh,
as well,
come
and I forgot
on.
it. Samuel Abbey, shout out yourself. He says, France, just going back to your comment as well, actually, he says, France are better without Benzema. He makes them flat, he says.
Flatter than that
no.
Coke that's been left out since yesterday, so I've heard.
No. I don't think I share that view. No. I don't think I share that view.
Well, yeah, well,
There's
hey, may not.
definitely maybe something in that Griezmann Giroud understanding, maybe.
Well, they've been
Maybe
playing
work.
together for a
Griezmann's
while
definitely
now.
playing
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, that's right.
How is Griezmann doing at club level at the
Not
moment?
really good.
No, is he Atletico?
Yeah, is that-
but
yeah,
now-
yeah.
now-
He
yeah,
just
but
signed
he-
fully with Atletico.
Now,
he-
now he
he
can
had-
play more than...
Now he
what
can
was
play
that?
more.
Yeah, he had that contract
without-
thing where he
without-
couldn't play a certain
Some
amount of
minutes,
games,
yeah.
otherwise they'd have
They
to
needed
pay for his
pay
whole
the clause,
contract.
exactly. So now he can play a full game, but
That was funny.
I think that
It was a bit of mistake by
Worst
moving to
move ever.
Barcelona,
Worst
you know,
move
yeah,
ever.
because obviously there was
He should
no way
have
that
stayed.
he and Messi would have been able to
No,
play.
but that was laughable, man. He came out and he made a whole documentary about how he's staying at Atletico Madrid. Next summer, he's like, "See you later, son. Barcelona, here we come, baby."
Yes.
For me,
This-
I
I
always
would've
think
done
anytime a
opportunity,
player moves from like a
Come
rival
on.
to like that, it never works out. You looked at it.
No,
even
no.
Higuain at Napoli when he moved.
Robin
to Juve,
van
I
Persie?
said, mate, you're literally a club legend at Napoli, and Napoli, you know how they treat their legends. And you went to Juve, it flopped for him. I remember Sanchez, when he wanted the dream United move, it flopped for him.
Yeah, but that's because he went to Man U.
But for me, it's when it's the rivals, the gap isn't that far, sometimes it's not worth risking your legacy.
Yeah, but what about Van Persie, Luis Figo?
Van Persie, great,
Ronaldo?
he won a Premier League title, but you threw away everything you had at Arsenal.
No,
Yeah, but he didn't throw anything away.
I'm a bit of a romantic in it. I like it. If you're a legend at one club, don't stain your legacy at that club.
Yeah, but then you end up like Harry Kane winning no trophies,
Griezmann's
don't
come
you?
back at Atletico, and really and truly, some fans don't rock with Griezmann like that.
Yeah, of course.
Because they feel like he's a traitor.
No, but it's because of the way he did it. If he went in the first place and he didn't, say that he was staying and then pull out a 4-page spread that he was staying and then go sod off.
Vas-y Mbappe, vas-y. Go on. Take him out. Tu vois?
Too predictable. Always the same move as well.
You can't do that.
Always.
Hey, Denmark. Look at Højbjerg. Look at them legs, man.
Always rated him.
He's like a figure skater in there,
Hey,
weaving in and out.
He's another international player.
He's alone as well.
Oh, he's in there like swimwear. Go on, my son. Ooh. Hey, this is starting off well.
You picked your team then, I can tell.
It's like, no, they'll be doing that long
backing
ball.
up Denmark.
Oh, everyone here is supporting France. I've got to back the underdogs.
James Senior is also supporting you. So
there you go, exactly.
The Denmark side, this is the
great minds think alike.
I'm just.
No, but what you were saying about you know who I really think are dark horses, and I fear coming up against, and think will go far, is Portugal. When I look at that team and I look at them on the counter attack and the mentalities and the characters they have in there. Ronaldo, I think, will have a really good tournament. Rafael Leao, I think Rafael Leao could be the breakout star of the tournament. I don't know why he's not getting more game time. He is sensational.
Oh, no, after they cheated on us, after they got that dodgy.
They're not dark horse, they are favourites, 100%.
I don't.
Portugal
are favourites.
Portugal are good, man. They're good. The way, look, this is what you call a good team. This is what you call a good team. Ghana fell asleep for 20 minutes, and in those 20 minutes, the mark of a great team is you capitalise.
Whoa.
When you smell blood, you go in, you pounce, you slug that up, baby.
Oh, c'est ça, Ousmane.
Well done,
He's so
Denmark.
good. He's so good.
That's what I like about him.
I absolutely love this guy.
Quicker. Well done.
Vas-y maintenant, go on, son, go. Mbappe, fais attention. Take him out.
Overlap.
No. Cross. Boom. Quicker.
Boom.
No, it's too slow, man.
Yeah, no, he didn't get up to.
Look at the Denmark bodies back.
I know, obviously.
Good pressure, boys. Good pressure.
Recovering period.
Well done. Press them.
They got one man outlet. Come on, man. You're going to need more than that. But we've seen that throughout this tournament, isn't it? Where teams in the first half, they'll sit back and absorb. And then second half, they'll start to come out a bit. And Denmark have that quality to be able to do that.
Yeah, but if he can do that in this heat, because remember, it's still hot out there. So
Trust me.
if they'll be able to do that, yeah, fair play to them.
Unknown for the super chat as well. He says, watch out for Lindstrom playing for Denmark.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Arsenal. James, what do you think of that?
I really don't know enough, so I'll watch him closely. If he's a winger or a midfielder,
he's in the front three on the right.
Cool. Yeah. Well, listen, we need depth in that area. I know everyone's talking about Mudryk and a few other options, but we need some help.
Everyone is talking about who?
Mudryk.
Huh?
Modric.
That Modric kid, he seems alright, you know.
There is Luka Modric. And then there's Mikhail Modric.
Modric is from what's the name? Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah, but the thing is that, you know what? I don't know. There's too many because I've watched some of the clips on YouTube, and I watched one or two of his games, and I think he's the future. But right now, I'll say to people, that's not what Arsenal need right now. What we need, we're trying to win the league. It's not about Modric. We need someone who's got experience in the league, playing in the Premier League.
Deliver
somebody that can play against the opposition team and they'll be scared and say that player is on the pitch.
Hey, Nico, spot on with that super chat. Sorry, boys. Sol Campbell threw away his Spurs status. You're damn right he did. Him and Ledley King, two big black centre backs. What could have been the Great Wall of North London? And he threw it all away for some trophies.
Wow.
Waste, man.
He could have finished off as mid-table mediocrity.
Man, listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? I don't blame Sol Campbell. I understand it to a certain extent because especially he was part of such a great Invincibles team as well. He's actually one of those few that can say, you know what, I did it for the better.
And he went to the final.
For me, it's when it's Griezmann's extent. Griezmann had one silverware with Atletico. He'd set a whole... They built the team around him.
It's interesting the idea of...
He was a crown jewel in that Atletico team.
But they wanted to sell him.
And you wanted to go and beat
No, they wanted to sell him. financially. Listen, that's the
That
thing.
it went the
They
offer.
wanted to
Barcelona
sell
were
him.
moving crazy. That
Yeah.
was the Coutinho,
They
Dembele,
wanted to sell
Griezmann
him,
era. Oof, that's what got them to the financial situation where they've taken out levers now.
The Van Persie one's really interesting. That's the example used earlier because
Oh, it's a total.
it was really that one season, that one Premier League. Otherwise, nothing else happened for him.
Yes,
Like, guy was at Fenerbahce within 3 years.
Right, and you kind of feel like,
But then true say age as well, because when he left you guys, he was what,
Switch
29, turning 30?
yeah, something like that. So it's a weird one. I mean, you've got to say that ultimately your legacy at Arsenal probably is worth throwing away for a Premier League title. That's
Well,
the ambition
but
that
that's the
these
thing,
players have.
If you can guarantee the success, I say go for it. I don't think Griezmann, when he left Atletico for Barca, if you looked at the trajectory of the two clubs, I don't think, personally, I saw Barca going back to what they were under Enrique. I saw that they were only going downwards after that. So for me, it just didn't
Did
make
you see how
sense
much money he
to make
got for
move.
that, man?
Of course, money talks.
Money talks, brother.
Money talks.
Money
at the end of
talks
the day.
louder than any picture in the world, bro.
Big up hit 44,
that
sorry,
picture
for
with
the super
talk,
chat as well. He says,
Thank you.
Younes on USA clears Sambi, El Neni and Vieira. Bring him home. 19-year-old Haaland product doing bits in La Liga. Can't be more than 20 mil. Has that
Useless
dog
possession.
in him.
Who's that they're talking about? sorry?
Younes Moon.
Like this one, go on.
Cross.
Cross it.
Oh,
Yeah, well done.
Ripping
Well
one
done.
in back
Well
post.
done, boom.
Oh,
Giroud,
Nick of time.
Unlucky Giroud, well done. Come on, let's go.
Clumsy.
That football was absolutely brilliant.
And you have to ask the
That would have been a
question.
fantastic
Whoa.
game. This man.
Again.
Oh, it's so slow, man. Make a
It wasn't on
decision.
really. I think I was.
Oh, qu'est-ce qu'il voulait faire?
Oh, he was more on than that line right there.
lads.
Sorry, man. No, because I was talking to the Parisians. You know, when I see the Parisians, it's always an
Every time he
exception.
sees me, like, he's talking to me in French. Like. That's fun. French connection.
Hey,
Go
nice
on.
plug. They are looking dangerous, Denmark. I told you, though, on the break. Looks like they're going to
says Van
snap 'em.
Persie's only regret would be not moving.
Wow,
early.
what?
Exactly.
Oh, Denmark!
Come on, the Danes.
Oh, that didn't go out. That's still on.
What's he doing?
He leaves the ball like
There's your
Flag
boy,
kicked it on.
Arsenal legend
This is
Lindstrom.
naive from him.
Oh, great whip.
Go do that. Hey, Lois. You go. Obviously, if you don't do that, we'll send him back. We'll send him back to Tottenham. You know that. Tottenham, you know, kind of the type of team they are. You know.
I know.
Is your team Tottenham?
Yeah.
You didn't say that to me last time.
Yeah.
Can't you tell? Why?
You should know that, mate.
That's what it
You
sounds
know
like.
that. Like,
Why do you think he's
I'm
never
a
touched that
resident Spurs
trophy?
fan, bro.
I'm joking. That's why you can't
enjoy,
win any
enjoy
cup.
being top of the table. I'm glad you got your kits out and everything now. Listen, come end of the season, I hope it's the same energy.
Oh,
and
it'll be the same energy,
'cause
man.
Trust me, there's a lot of footage and,
And
a lot
there's
of
a
clips people are
10,000
gonna roll
K
back.
between AGT and I, man.
You don't know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
very true,
about.
yeah.
£10,000 between AGT and I, man.
And you.
Yeah, we bet, man. There was
You
a
got
bet.
£10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
to
did.
up my
Because he
fees,
said
man. You're not
Arsenal,
getting paid too
he
much
said
out here.
Arsenal will not win the
No,
league.
he was mad.
So you're that
What?
confident.
Is that written down in contract?
Who's betting what?
No, it's
If
not.
that's not signed, that's not
This
happening.
man.
No, it's him. Yeah, obviously, it's him and his.
No, because I was saying in one of the live stream,
Yeah.
I was talking to, we were just talking, and I said, well,
Women's
guess
Euros,
what?
I remember,
I
yeah.
still leave Arsenal winning the league this season. And AGT said, no chance.
He said if Arsenal wins the not even this season.
No, he said, oh yeah.
He says if Arsenal wins
win
the league, I'll pay you £10,000.
And I said, wow,
And
wow.
he did not mention the year. He did not mention
So
the
it could be
season.
this
Nothing.
year, it
like.
could be the
And then we
season
said
after.
clip it now. And we discussed with Ty as well.
Yeah,
There's a
so
little
it's on
commission for me
video.
on the side as well.
Side bets are going on. Side bets are going on.
So I know it's in Qatar now.
I'm going
so
to make
make
sure we're going to implement this.
It's in
properly.
Qatar now. So
That's a cool
Great set piece and great bit of defending from Denmark there
look,
as well.
Denmark, the thing that, listen, look.
Griezmann, that is a ball, man.
Yeah, that was a good ball.
That's the Barcelona
Should
vision
Ryan
right
get his
there.
head on that?
That's La
Just,
Masia.
no,
Very
that's just a little bit
but
too
just
high.
a little
there.
bit too high for you.
Are you sure you want to talk about that bet on camera, by the way? Because now you're just reaffirming to the people that you are going to lose 10 grand at the end of this year.
No, he's not going to lose anything.
I'm not going to lose anything. He said, Arsenal. It could be this year or the following year because there was I don't know. Do you
Moving the
understand?
goalpost
Well
now,
done.
mate.
Get it out.
What
Listen,
a block,
the set
They
mate.
need
pieces
to be
are
taking their
dangerous from
chances.
The
France.
set pieces are looking good, huh?
Mate, I've said one of the most underrated things in football over the last decade, I feel like, has become set pieces. I feel like there's a lack of free kick specialists, like you get James or whatever.
Agreed.
Like teams don't focus on corners as much as they used to because of zonal marking as well. And I just feel like there's so many opportunities to capitalise on set pieces. And in this tournament, we've seen that. And I love it.
So what you're saying is get Big Fat Sam back as gaffer, and we'll just smash everyone. Bit of Brexit ball hooping up into the box, a little bit of set piece work.
Stop using computer. Stop using computer, man.
No, man.
It's about proper football. Yeah. FIFA.
I just feel like
FIFA set pieces, yeah?
No, I just feel like we focus so much on the philosophy in the 90 minutes as the game is going on that almost set pieces have become redundant, and I just feel like no, those are big opportunities.
Exactly.
Throwing
It goes.
Bring Sean Dyche back.
Like guys should be just running off and just saying, "Hey, listen, we're gonna stretch their back line. Just throw it to me, sleep it to me there."
About a year and a half ago, Arsenal employed Nicolas Jova, the City set piece coach.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I mean, we're kind of up there with the best in terms of scoring and the best for not conceding.
We brought in, I think, is it Gianni Vio? I can't remember. There's an Italian.
Is that the one who passed on?
No, he's the one who passed, I think, yeah. I can't remember, there was one of the Italian coaches that Conte's brought in as a set-piece specialist.
Yeah.
And I said, we've scored the most amount of set pieces in the Premier League. So it's a proven method. It works.
But it is, and the thing is, obviously, Arsenal have had a really good start to the season. Everyone's talking about the football we're playing, and rightly so, because we're playing good football. But what people don't realise is, when we go to Brentford and win 3-0, everyone's talking about the football. The opening goal was a set piece from Saliba.
Yeah.
Like, it's little things like that. When we beat Fulham in the 88th minute, again, comes from set piece. There are so many goals, so many moments that often the set piece is what unlocks it. Then you play your football. Then, like, sometimes those moments are like, they're just little cheat codes. They're just
they're magic.
You're not playing at your best and you just get a goal out of nothing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm so with you. Teams don't take them seriously.
I mean, what England did. I mean, look at the 2018 World Cup. We were set piece specialists in that tournament, mate.
You're right there, literally. 2018 World Cup set piece was so key. But Dembouz there, what you was just talking about, where you want him, right foot.
How did you call him? Dembouz.
Listen, Dembouz. The streets call him Dembouz.
Dembouz. I love that word.
Listen, the youth are always
I'm surprised that you have a nickname as well. Like, that's it.
Come on.
Don't get me started. This guy will always surprise me.
Coach and brother out here.
You said I shouldn't speak French and you speak
Big up Shreth for the super chat as well. He said, that's the Giroud I remember. Sloppy and missing chances in front of goal. France want to win the game easily if Mbappe doesn't act like an idiot and run. Harsh, very harsh in my opinion.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if Giroud, knowing that he's one goal away from beating Henry's record, has one of his Monaco performances. I call them the Monacos, where he just goes, yeah, give me 6 big chances and I will miss every single one of them.
Yeah.
He's got that in him. I think that's why he won't be remembered as one of the greats, because he's a good player. On his day, he can be unplayable because he's so strong.
He should be. Yeah. He's one of the most decorated players in world football, man.
He's not one of the greats.
No,
he is
not
They
one
were
of the
saying
greats.
this last stream. They were talking about, is he top 50%? Is he top 50 strikers?
I'm getting rusted when I say this, bro.
No.
How can he not be one of the greats? And all the biggest stages, what hasn't he won, man?
Listen,
It's not about
What has he not won?
He's been a
World Cup, European Cups, both European Cups.
Is Bobby Firmino one of the greatest players in Premier League history?
Well, he's in the past couple of decades, he's up there.
It's called loads of goals during friendlies.
He was imperative in Liverpool's run to the Champions League and Premier League titles. So
the point I'm making is Giroud and Firmino, and I rate a player like Firmino a lot more, but what they are brilliant for the system. They've been doing their job. It fits, it works, they give their best, it plays to their strengths, and credit to them, but they're not going to be like that Liverpool side. The first player won't be Firmino that's talked about. It might not even be the top 5 or 6. They'll talk about Fabinho, they'll talk about Alisson, they'll talk about Salah, they'll talk about Mane, they'll talk about maybe even Thiago, maybe even Henderson. And Firmino deserves a lot of credit for his role in that one.
Don't joke with that one.
Well, I don't know. Henderson.
Yeah, but Giroud, you said he was done, and what happened when he went to Chelsea?
Giroud's similar. He won't be one of the first players that's mentioned when they talk about
James,
this great France.
It depends the type of conversation. It depends again to the age group. You know, so if you really want to talk, like if it was a French people talking about Giroud, they'll mention his name.
No, but Yeah, I guess what I'm
Let me ask you, as two French fans here, are you taking Giroud over Trezeguet?
Oh, no.
No way.
My question is answered.
In terms of what? Like style of play?
If you have one choice, you have one position left
all
in
the
team.
way, man.
There we go.
I don't know who's got a nicer beard, better trim. Classy.
Oh, come on.
All the way, man.
But
I know numbers are different, obviously, and it's all about stats now and everything. But
which I don't. I'm not really fan of that. I'm not really fan of the stat stuff, man.
I don't want to stress
football,
that this
you
isn't
go for
me
Trezeguet.
for 1 second saying that Giroud doesn't deserve immense credit for everything he's achieved in the game.
Facts.
But when we're talking about the greats, I just can't put him. We did a podcast on AFTV and we asked whether he's in Arsenal's top 10 ever strikers. He's not for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's you. And that's your own opinion.
Of course.
No. But the thing is,
but what
for
about in Premier League?
Arsenal in particular, I don't think his Arsenal period was the period where everybody started loving Giroud. Let's remember, we started the Giroud love fest after he won the World Cup, after he went to Chelsea and did his bicycle kick at Atletico, won the Champions League as the backup striker, displacing Tammy and Werner. And then after going to AC Milan and lifting the league title, all of a sudden it was like, hold on, you know what?
Yeah.
We've been maybe doing too much dumping on Giroud, and he's actually...
What is he doing?
Oh my God!
Beautiful challenge, mate. That's not a red, mate. That's never a red. That's a clean challenge, man. Shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder, man.
Man, what is he doing?
I think Mbappe's in there,
That's a red, bro. If he gets the ball, game
Wow,
over.
come on, that's cleaner than your balls after using the lawnmower, man. That was
I thought that the ball
clean.
was a little bit lazy from
This guy here, I know he's
That
taking
was
the
clean,
man.
man.
Let's just look at
Shoulder
this
to
again.
shoulder, look at that. Oh, beautiful
I think that's
challenge,
gotta be a
man.
red.
Game's gone
I
soft.
think that's got to be a red.
No, he's trying to say
Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder, man. That's nothing, man.
That's got to
That's
be a red.
clean.
Let us know, was that a red card?
Wrestling,
Wow,
bro.
that's
That
like
is
me
wrestling.
fresh out of shower. Nice and clean.
Because I thought that he was the last man. It was the last
Do you
one.
honestly believe that was a shoulder to shoulder?
That was beautiful. That was cleaner than my balls after using
You are the
Manscaped.
most shameless guy ever.
Cheer up. Wow, cheer up.
Red all day, especially when it's Mbappe.
And you know what?
he has
That's what's really interesting, right? So, how much do refs have to take into account the player that's been
You
fouled?
have to.
Because if it's
Well,
That's not fair, mate.
I'm not having you.
What a save! What a save! Gordon Banks.
then it's a yellow, right? But when it's Mbappe, you're going, he's in, so that's hard.
That's true, yeah.
Listen, if he gives a
No,
red,
you shouldn't pay attention. Normally, you shouldn't take in account the player.
Yeah, but it's hard not
shouldn't.
to, isn't it? Because it's Mbappe. Like it did look like Mbappe was going to get there, then he did.
No, but you can't. How do you know he won't pull his hamstring in the way there? So you can't take
Oh,
into account
come
the
on.
player.
This guy.
You know, anything could happen, man. Gust
See,
of wind
no,
blows him
it's a
over,
FIFA,
something like that.
FIFA. I told you to stop playing FIFA, mate. Yeah?
What's that got to do with FIFA, mate?
For me, that's a red, in my opinion. Last man, you clearly pulled the man and made no intention to play the ball.
that's the
Especially
thing.
Mbappe as well, through on goal. I know that's a goal-scoring opportunity. When I
that
see
was-
that.
that
So for
was-
me,
that
I'm
was-
giving
that
that as a
was-
red card. It's simple for me.
that was-
And the fact that VAR haven't said,
It was-
take a
But
second
he
look
wasn't
at
the
that.
last man. There was another man with him. So.
I'm sorry, those guys are side by side and they're never catching Mbappe to save their lives.
There's no need for that, all right? No need for that profanity,
Is it?
mate.
Even they're not
That's
catching
disgraceful.
Mbappe.
That France left-hand side of Mbappe and Hernandez is lightning,
It's so
isn't
deadly,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Shame
that
Rasmus
wonder the left
Christensen's
foot
keeping him
Hernandez
quiet, though,
has.
eh? Good old Rasmus.
I want to ask you, Parisian, why did he play the other Hernandez brother at left back? Because he's more of a centre back, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
That's why.
he can
Play there,
but
but
it's not
Teo is
the
a
best one.
natural
Yeah.
left back and an attacking one as well. So it just
No,
confused me
Fernandes
a
What
little
else did
bit.
we have to replace?
But I think that's why Deschamps, I think, likes his defenders to
check.
defend.
No, he's
I think
decent.
that's
Even
man,
if you
but-
look at the right backs, he likes playing Koundé.
I think you need a
Wait,
Benjamin Pavard there,
there.
personally. I think you need a Pavard at left.
Yeah, only option. man.
Novak says not a red, good decision.
Yeah, no
Sese
op-
says
yeah, no
that was a
option.
red.
Coman as well.
Chris Coman.
Kingsley Coman can play here. Yeah, it would have been but too offensive, I'd say. But
Well, you say that, everything's been coming down your right-hand side right now.
Yeah, that's
What,
a good
left
point.
back?
Yeah.
Coleman at left back.
Yeah, I will be fine with it.
Coleman.
Yeah.
The
Coleman
question was,
left
would
back.
he want to play at left back?
No, come on.
'Cause I know-
No, come on, would not like to play.
Giroud doesn't
In
look
that
happy here,
system,
guys.
no, but
Yeah, he took him out. innit?
Rhoda says red all day. Danny says red.
It's another yellow card.
Yeah,
Mate, I can't lie. France look gettable here on the break.
They're
They
very
do
in
look
control
gettable.
of the game, which is fantastic, and that's what they need
They're
to do.
controlling it, but on the break, Denmark do look dangerous.
Oh, that's a nasty one.
Oh, come on.
That's bad, man. And
That is bad, yeah.
I mean, if we look
But thank God he does not have
look
the
at the
ankles of Neymar. Normally, he should
Harry
be fine.
Kane.
Stronger than the Neymar.
No, that's bad to be fair. Do we think Neymar's actually going to be able to
no,
play
he's
his next
missing.
game?
They said
He's missing the
he will be
game.
back
He's not
after
going
the
to
group
play
stage.
against.
But that looks like tournament over for me. The way that swelled up there,
Bro,
I don't
bro.
think he's going to be the same player.
Injections.
No, man,
Yeah, but even then, that could end his.
It's
That
the
could
same
take him out for
ankle.
years if he.
And guess
rushes
what?
it too
This is a
soon.
World
Yeah, I
Cup,
know.
maybe his last one.
I'm a
playing for
PSG
Brazil.
fan, so when I saw
Yeah,
this,
that's
No,
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
he'll do it, but I think it could be very detrimental, and I don't think he's going to be
I
able
would
to
sacrifice
scratch.
everything, even if it costs me my
Listen,
ankle.
That
I wouldn't
Brazil,
care.
that
Yeah, because
that
it takes them
World
4
Cup
years.
everything.
It takes a player
Nothing.
Always
from
the same
4
foul as well,
years
always.
to train, to understand it, and
Oh no,
prepare.
I would definitely do it if I was him. I would definitely do it. I'm saying though, I don't think that he's going to be able to really put a great performance in if he can't rely on his ankle. He's someone that relies on agility and cutting in and out. He's like
Just
a
to read the
ballpoint
stats
pen.
out quickly as well, you got 5 shots to none at the moment. Denmark have had 0 shots, 0 on target.
Yeah, but we know how Denmark
Yeah,
is set
yeah,
up.
they need
We
just
know
one.
they just want to.
Possession's close though, 52 to 48.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So-
Denmark
Hey,
actually done
Loris.
all right. Who do you think there's more pressure on to win the World Cup? Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi, 100%.
Here's what I said, the most pressure Messi, because I feel like, especially having turned his season around this year a little bit more as well, the whole Argentina team playing towards him.
They said
They're
it
playing
publicly,
for him,
ready
let's
to
be
die on the
honest.
pitch for
Yeah,
Messi to
they're
win
ready
the
to
World
die
Cup.
on the pitch for him. It's his last hurrah, and you feel like he's closer still to his powers than Ronaldo is. I think everyone's accepted Ronaldo's past it. Portugal are just going to have to carry him, if anything, to a tournament. With Neymar, I think though it means the most to him, because I
Right.
think out of those two, he's the one who Brazil won the Copa America without him. If you look at it Ballon d'Or wise, he's never really got his dues, and this could be the one
Thank
thing
God.
he has that Messi and Ronaldo don't have.
Yeah.
And I think if you look amongst all the Brazilian
Great
legends,
point.
Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Neymar's always looked at like, does he deserve to be there, or is he just kind of like the skills guy, the nice social media guy? I feel like if he delivers a World Cup, the first one since that great team, people will
But
give
Messi's
Neymar the
always
respect he
Messi's
deserves.
also looked like that for Argentina. You know, when they compare him with Maradona, and Messi is the greatest by far. So of course it means more than Ronaldo stuff. It's about the greatest ever player completing football. The one accolade he
For me,
doesn't
I
have.
feel- in
Ballon
my
d'Ors,
opinion, I feel
got
like
it.
Messi
European
and Ronaldo
trophies, got
should
it.
not win it. In my opinion, I would like neither one of them to win it, just so they have something that they haven't achieved. If
No,
that makes
but
sense.
I get what
Because
you mean.
otherwise it will be too perfect. It's like Messi will
Yeah,
have
but
done
there's
everything.
no, but
Ronaldo
there's
will
a
have-
difference. No, but for Ronaldo, yeah, whatever.
Oh,
But
nice.
for Messi,
He's got the injuries. Maradona,
No,
he's
he's
got the-
playing
with fire right now.
What's he doing?
Jesus.
Messi deserves it for everything.
I know
he's
that it's
done.
not proper ball playing goal.
I think that's spot on.
Nah,
what
that's
you
a
said.
great question. Let us know in the comments as well. Who do you think it means the most to? Neymar, Ronaldo, or Messi to win this
I
World
think
Cup for
it,
sure?
it means a lot to all three of the players, all three of them, right? And I'll tell you what, with Argentina, obviously, those players playing alongside Messi, some of them are young, yeah? And obviously they've been playing for the last 3 or 4 years now together,
Yeah.
but they're still young. So they've not won any major, apart from the Copa America. Apart from that, they've not won major trophy like the World Cup. And with Messi, obviously, in Europe, it's well idolized. People like him. In Argentina, it's a kind of a mixed reaction because people still put in Maradona.
Of course.
as
They
a
tear
top.
his, they keep tearing his statues down,
But
don't they?
one second. But the thing is that the problem is that if they ended up winning this World Cup, obviously now I don't think that people would like to have that kind of debate again. They will say, yeah, Messi is the top. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, Messi is the top in Argentina. When it comes to Neymar, yeah, obviously you did say, oh, compared to Ronaldinho, Romario. But guess
yeah.
Ronaldo. But guess what? Neymar is only 2 goals away to equal. I don't know, to equal Pele's goal record.
Yeah, but people will question that even more because they'll say you have all these goals and you've got nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
No
it's
Copa
true.
America, no World Cup. It's
And no
nothing.
individual
but
trophy as
He
well.
won the, but he won the Olympics.
No Ballon d'Or,
No, he
so
won the
it's-
Olympics. He won the Olympics. with Brazil.
but
So you're contradicting yourself,
He
though.
did win the Olympics.
Olympics, yes.
Listen, Olympic slaps when it's sprinting. When it's football, that's
It's
under
even
23 football.
No.
That's under 23 football.
It's
Come on,
part
man.
of it. It's part of
when
it.
it was a
Brazil
scandal
put
that
their
Stuart
first
Pearce
team,
didn't
they're
bring
playing
David
against
Beckham, that's when I realised I probably couldn't
It's
take
part of it.
GBT, yeah.
It's part of it.
Was
Now,
that
when
who
it
it
comes
was?
to
I can't remember who it
GBT,
was.
man. I remember it was Giggs, I think it was Michael Richards.
yeah, Michael
and,
Ricky,
Beckham.
Was it like Aaron
yeah.
Ramsey? Was he there?
Yeah,
He
Ramsey
was,
was
yeah.
there. Yeah,
But he was young them time, so he
Yeah.
qualified as an under 23.
Daniel Sturridge, I think.
Middle-aged.
Yeah.
so Sturridge was there.
But you were saying
What,
about him
since- when have
making
they
it
done
the
that
goal
since?
record.
But when it comes to Ronaldo, well, obviously we saw what happened against Ghana, which is the referee was poor anyway in that game, and I don't know why he didn't go for the VAR. And normally the VAR office they should have prompted him to go to watch that one on the pitch monitor. He didn't even bother to do that. He was just kind of so sure of himself, which was bad. And I tell you what, when I speak to people back home, they're so upset.
Yeah.
You know, literally, everyone they're just screaming. This is just a cheat.
Ooh.
And but when it comes to the Portuguese team, you know the Portuguese team, as I was saying last time, they've been playing together for the past 6 years now together. So
They're not good though, I don't think, as a
they're
team.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not as
They're
convinced.
okay because
What about
obviously they were there for the
So,
taking.
so which one of the three are you saying it matters most to? You're saying Messi.
It's difficult to say because if Ronaldo goes in there and winning it, because he hasn't got that one in his.
I'd say Neymar needs
No,
to go.
look. What we're saying is
Done
it
the other
matters,
two.
it matters to all of them. We accept
prove
that.
something.
Yeah.
It means a lot to all of them. But which one do you
Whoa.
personally think?
Whoa.
Good.
Let me, because in the comment
Yeah,
section.
so I think I'll maybe Neymar. I'll put Neymar a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means more to him because he does not have what the other two has. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
Neymar, yeah.
is that he needs to prove something. That as we said, no Ballon d'Or, no individual trophy. He had the potential to win it, but never really.
So I'll kind of
You know?
edge towards Neymar. Yeah.
On the comment section, Revenite says Messi 100%. Novak says Serbia mashed
That's
up
an
Neymar.
interesting
That's
debate.
so true. They actually battered him. Baz says Neymar. Anum says Messi.
Nice.
Okay, no, he can.
It does.
Well done.
One
It's good.
brilliant, one
That's
It's
second.
Kylian, it's cool.
Take him out. Take him
Mbappe
out.
out wide.
Yes.
Cross the ball.
He's so
Pull up, post.
No.
What a block, son. Get in there.
Go on, back.
Denmark
That's so good.
defending like Vikings. They said,
Now
take me
face
to
it.
Valhalla. We want to enter.
That's a Cameroonian boy though. Mbappe, man, African boy.
Exactly. Boom. Yeah, that night.
Ain't that most of the France team?
Is that Højbjerg there?
Kunde too is an African boy, man.
I was going to
From
say
Benin-
that most of the France
from Benin
team.
Republic.
Yeah.
Well, there's your boy Højbjerg. Big block.
Listen,
Where's Emily?
dog.
Who blocked it?
That's what he does, man.
Yeah, pretty sure it
That's
was
what he does.
Højbjerg.
Can't fault his
You
commitment.
see, Denmark, they've not been able to come forward. Obviously, they're relying on those long balls, you know.
Listen,
Yeah, they're biding their time, man.
they
Give them
set up
bit
as a
of time.
3-4-3, but the way I see it, it's a 5-4-1 at the moment.
Denmark need to get some shots off though, man. Just
go on.
something.
Only takes one, bro.
What was that, bro?
Wee.
Giroud.
If that's Benzema, that's finding his feet. That's all I'm saying.
Big up Shrestha for another super chat as well. He says, great stuff about Giroud. Is Puskas goals and fashion career miles better than Bellerin.
Exactly.
He scored, but when his team been great, even Mustafi won the World Cup.
And that's
So
saying
he
something
says-
because Bellerin knows
I
his
think
way
what he's
around
trying
a
to say is
catwalk.
basically team accolades. You've got to look at what the individual actually contributes within that as well. And I think that's what you're saying with the 2018.
I got busted, man.
No, no,
When I
saying
said this, we
even
won
though
the
the
World
team
Cup
won,
with our number 9 not scoring one
I
goal.
don't share that view.
What
because
I will say
when
though
it
is
comes
his
to
I
link
know.
up play was good throughout the tournament.
No,
When it
that's
comes
he
to-
was useful. I'm not saying he was useless. He was useful to create space on the pitch, whatever. It was useful to the team. But I'm sorry, you're number 9. You're the striker. During the whole tournament, we win the World Cup without you scoring one goal. I'm sorry about that, but
Le Parisien,
That's
when
not
it comes
normal,
to
man.
international football, it's not about individual, it's about collective.
come
team.
on, what about Golden
It's
Boot?
about
What Football is individual.
Where in that case then, when 98, when the French won the World Cup, we had the players like what's his name, Christophe Dugarry. He only played 2 games.
Yeah.
They won the World Cup, and he was meant to be a
and then
striker.
you're gonna mention Givash again. Givash.
Givash. Yeah, but-
I know.
You know,
So it's
no
not
one
literally-
disagrees with what you're saying.
And even in the semis, we didn't know that the French team would have got through. It was what's his name, Thuram.
Yeah, but
He
like,
got both goals because the French team they were losing.
no one disagrees with what you're saying that he's played a part. is just not one of the greats for me. That's all.
Oh, well, for me, he's obviously we're in the world of opinion where.
Yeah. That's the beauty of football.
I think you've been playing too many computer games. I think that's what it is.
Hey, good callback, Jay-Z. Well done.
He's good. He's really good.
I like that.
Go on.
Listen.
Press him.
Denmark haven't impressed me again here. I thought the first 5 minutes, I think
Well
they were
done.
moving the
Good
ball
pressure.
about,
Play.
having a bit of territory and all
No.
that.
Yeah, he skins him.
Fair enough.
Hey.
Gordon Banks.
Hey.
France. Again.
France teasing.
What is this
That's
car
so
crash
frustrating,
defending,
man.
mate?
Come
My
on.
God.
I just want a goal.
So many occasions
Forget
as
the
well.
sweepstake. Give me some good goals. Give me some football. France are getting better as the game goes on, I think.
They are.
Take your time, exactly.
They're growing into it like a
Exactly.
rash.
Safe.
Denmark need that Suda creme now.
He's so good.
Saucy as well.
Whoa.
Cross, good
Dave.
work.
Well done.
No.
Well done.
Oh, Rasmus, my boy.
Listen,
What I tell you about
I like
Rasmus
you,
Christensen? Too good, man.
That back
Rasmus
post,
too
that
trappy.
back post ball is.
Yeah.
Try.
Try.
It a few times.
Rasmus again. What I tell you about this guy, man? What I
but
tell you about Rasmus Christensen?
they're-
Quieter than a church mouse.
Listen, they
yeah?
will not be able to defend throughout the whole 90
Exactly.
Of course he will, man. Have you
Exactly.
seen Rasmus?
they'll
He's
be
a
fine.
Viking, man.
They're up in it now,
It's a unit.
France.
I don't know. You like Vikings, huh?
Yeah.
Same
Love 'em.
haircut as Haaland Brock, innit?
I might have to go back to the Mohawk.
Oh, you can see what they're trying
Like,
there.
nah.
France are just starting to get their
Yeah.
teeth out now, man.
It's looking good now.
You're playing with your food right now.
This referee looks like, what's his name?
Yeah, the other one.
The Italian guy. What's his name?
He's a legend now.
The Italian.
The guy with like the eyes
don't know him.
bulging
Yeah,
out of his head. That, like,
Come on, man.
strapped
Nicolina,
everywhere.
thank
But I
you.
don't know him. Come on, man. Respect my knowledge.
Respect the
Respect my knowledge, please.
What's his name?
Colina.
Yeah, Luigi Colina, the only
brilliant
ref
from Griezmann.
to ever front
He's a
a
board
video
member of
game.
FIFA
yeah?
now, I think.
Pro Evolution 6. If
You know all about that,
you
don't
know.
Really?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Only
I don't.
referee to ever
It's
be
my
on the
son
front cover
who's
of a
on.
game.
What a
My son
legend.
does that FIFA stuff. I'm not. Griezmann.
I like his silver trim. It's good.
That was a great strike from Griezmann. Didn't
Yeah.
have anything really. Oh, go for it again.
Good
Go
one
on.
again. Good delivery. No.
wow.
Poor.
That
What are you
was
doing?
Hermes' delivery, mate. Not good at all.
How's Tchouaméni doing at Real Madrid?
It's been okay.
It's been in and out of the side, isn't it? I think both this tournament for him and Camavinga could be a moment to
Exactly.
cement their starting
Like
spot.
28.
Oh, there you go, son. That's it. Make the run.
No,
He's
no,
so
no,
slow.
no.
He's so
Denmark on the counter.
slow, but he's in
He's
there. Go
onside.
on, brother.
He's miles off.
Thought that rifled in for a
I
second
didn't get
there.
remotely excited
I
about
knew
that.
as soon as I saw Cornelius, I was like, this
Look,
ain't
look,
moving.
look,
man.
He's slow, mate. Oh,
Here.
man. It's like he's running in quicksand.
Close it. Here.
No, Griezmann was
Oh, he
running.
might have been
Beautifully
on.
taken. He was on.
I'm telling
yeah.
you, man. He
He's
curved
on,
that
yeah, he's on, he's on,
perfectly.
he's on.
Oh, he might have been.
Curved that perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Curved
really
it
thought.
like glass.
Oh, but that's,
No, but goalkeeper should have.
I'll be
been
honest
able
with you,
to
being
stop that.
Hugo Lloris, he should have gone for the roof.
really is. That is.
What is that? His okay.
Trust me.
I think he's just got it on target, being Hugo
Well, but
Lloris.
anyway, tonight I know because obviously since he moved to Tottenham, I just kind of had that. I used to like him.
Oh,
But as soon as he
stop
moved
it.
to Tottenham,
Oh,
I just
stop it,
I don't know.
Olivia.
I just Lloris.
You were 11 years ago.
Well,
I'm saying, man.
Yeah, because you know what?
Listen to this guy, man.
I used to like him when he was an academy player.
He's a
Tottenham for
friend
11
to
years,
some
yeah.
of these players. What's his name? Govu.
Sidney Govou.
Yeah, they're close friend.
À Lyon.
You know, and the thing is that when that time when I saw that he was coming to
Sidney
Tottenham, I said,
Oh,
"What
go
the
on.
hell are you
Go
coming
on, cross
to do?"
it. Woo.
Oof. Thought he twisted his
crochet.
ankle there.
Crochet, gauche,
Crochet,
crochet, droit. Yeah, well done.
Oh, that is a ball from Dembele. First time back in. Oh, hey,
Yeah, that was it, bro.
France are warming up.
Do you know how much
France
I
are
love
warming up.
Dembele, man? What a player.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You're
my
not
God.
appreciated
Clear.
at Barcelona. Come to Arsenal. Come help us get the title over the line. Come on.
The body
Oh,
come-
man.
Am I mistaken? Alex
Wear the
here
black
says-
and gold.
But that's the good things about Giroud. He put his head in there,
Yeah,
and that's what I
He's
love
a tall
in him.
guy as well,
You might be
he's
thinking
going
that,
for it.
oh, he's not going for it, but
Yeah.
he
He's
does.
No,
he
he does,
throws
he
himself
does,
at
yeah.
everything. He's a battering ram, I'm telling you. Big up Mohammed Camille sends in a super chat as well.
Thank you, guys. More of you guys, man. It's at 10,000, 20,000 down, man. 20,000. Come on, go on the chat, man. Go on it, man.
Hey, this is actually a good question, but it might be a little bit of a sidebar from the game. But if Thiago Silva wins the World Cup, where should he rank amongst the greatest centre backs of all time?
Top 30, 40, 50.
I'd put him just behind Saliba.
Oh my days. And I was about to say, I'm not objective.
Just had to have a bit of fun with you all. It's Saturday night. Nah, probably level with Saliba.
Yeah.
People
Nah,
are
listen, I'm knocking.
No!
Oh,
that is shocking.
Hey, that's a great ball in, man.
Yeah.
Someone should throw themselves at that.
Nutmeg and everything.
Great ball.
Look.
Look at this.
Oh, it's Rasmus, man. That was a beautiful ball. That was a defense
Nutmeg as well.
What did I tell you about Rasmus Christensen?
Yeah, you just
world
calling it a
class,
good ball
mate.
2 seconds ago,
World
but then you
class,
saw Rasmus,
mate.
you started cheerleading.
Because that was world class, mate. Did you see that nutmeg? The panache, the way he guided it through his legs, man.
England,
Oh, mate, that touch was silkier than a
It
spider's
was the same
excrement,
thing you
mate.
said about England, and all of a
man.
sudden you tried to change it. Yeah?
No, I didn't say it. No,
We got that one on video, man.
you're hearing something.
Production, we got that one video.
Bit of earphone
we have
muffling,
a
mate.
request I've been seeing very frequently.
Yeah.
No more clapping.
Okay.
They're saying that for the earphones apparently it's
Oh,
killing.
Let's
apologies,
leave in the
yeah.
clapping to
It was just
Denmark.
like in the moment of the game, it was like,
The clapping is killing us.
oh, that's a free kick,
that's
man.
Yeah, that's
that's
a
a foul.
free kick, that.
No, that's clean, mate.
We didn't actually answer the question. I think Thiago Silva, I mean, where he ranks with the greatest, I'm not quite sure, but he's in the
In
conversation.
recent history, if you like, let's say
It will be, though.
Oh,
this century, 2000 onwards.
No, Giroud, why
This
you trying
guy's
to-
won, obviously he did his thing at AC Milan, PSG, then he goes to Chelsea, wins the Champions League, and he's playing at 36, 37 at an incredibly high level.
going to be going to
When
the
Arsenal went to the
38.
bridge a couple of weeks ago and battered, it was 1-0, but battered Chelsea in terms of controlling the game and everything, he was the only player that I was like, oh wow, he's turned up and he's up for the fight.
No, what are you doing?
And
Behind you, mate. Communicate.
and now he's starting, for Brazil at another World Cup. He's brilliant. He's
That's a
absolutely
foul.
class.
And the thing is I agree with you. I think my respect for him has definitely gone up since he's moved to Chelsea. I think when he was at PSG, I was always a little bit more.
Why?
In the big moments, does he really?
With the national team, yeah. Oh! You missed out,
Come
Kylian.
on, Mbappe.
Better than Haaland, they say. Better than Haaland, they say. Absolutely rose-ed settings. I don't know who he's aiming for. There's someone in the crowd.
Was he offside though? Was he offside?
no,
Look,
no.
yeah.
Oh, no, he was on.
Might
He
have
was
just been
It was
offside.
on. No, it was
No,
on.
he
Look
was
at that.
in there
It was on.
like swimwear.
VAR would have called that for sure.
It was on. It was
Lovely
on.
pick
Mate,
out.
Dembele's playing some
Mate,
great
he
football.
smashed
Lovely
it.
ball, just
All guns
it was on.
blazing podcast style, right over the bar there.
Come on,
So,
man.
to answer your question, I think Sergio Ramos received recently the trophy of the best defender of the history.
Really?
So,
Sorry for the clapping, but yo, that's the
I think,
goal.
I think Sergio Ramos finished the game.
See?
The
You
GOAT
told-
centre back.
You told me about the
GOAT
rules.
centre back.
and he told
He
the whole-
deserves a round of
gets in.
applause.
Host
He
told me about the
deserves
rules,
it.
and he's breaking
He
it.
deserves it. That's the
my
GOAT.
surprise was
Like
that
the
was
best
even
defender
an
of the
award.
history of football.
All
So,
time.
What?
He's the
Of all time,
all-time
yeah.
best.
For me,
Yeah.
the most complete, if you look at the totality,
Sergio
what he
Ramos,
can do
yeah.
on the pitch, what he can do as a footballer, I don't think.
But
I think
Thiago
you can
Silva
find-
is
moments
I
as
think
well,
there's
the
people
goals
who
in
will say,
finals and
like
stuff,
I was
yeah.
saying with Drifty the other day, I think there's certain defenders you can find defensively, maybe they were more cleaner, maybe they were better.
Like Baresi
I think
type,
Baresi,
Baresi, yeah.
maybe a Nesta, maybe a Yap Stam, you can say
You don't want a
defensively
clean
were better.
defender, though, you
But
want
then can you
dirty.
say they were anywhere near technically as good as he was? Were they anywhere had as good as leadership as he did? There's so many facets that I think
Understood.
Ramos has,
Yeah,
and I
you're
think it's actually really slept on. Even like
Agreed.
when he broke into that great Spain team, it was that right back.
Well done.
Where he was whipping in crosses.
Yeah, mate.
And then he became the great centre back for Real
Well,
Madrid.
he had to get into that team at right back because they had Puyol and Piqué.
Not working.
So,
No, but
yeah,
they-
fair enough. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah.
It's one of those things I genuinely have sat there for a long time and
Okay.
thought about, and I was like, mate,
you
if you
forget
look at the
what a
body
Friday
of
night,
work,
yeah.
Should be-
I was like,
they
mate,
shouldn't have
Maldini,
switched
I
off at the
put him
back.
up against everybody, man. It's Maldini. People forget he played like left back for the last 7-8 years of his career.
10 years.
Exactly. So I'm like, and then it was like you were part of like a perfect unit as well. It's, can we give you credit for that?
See, the names that everyone
No,
mentions,
listen, let me not disrespect no legends, but Ramos is the GOAT for me for sure.
the names that everyone mentions are just that era before I started watching playing. So when people ask me about the greatest centre-backs I've
So
ever
frustrating,
seen,
I hasn't seen him.
John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, it's kind of them, Van
Look.
Dijk. But obviously comparing it to
waiting
quite that era before, I can't really comment too much. I just
Bobby Moore. Just throw Bobby Moore in there.
Yeah.
I only like to rank people who I've actually seen play. Those players that were before
Accidentally,
me,
he wasn't looking.
I read up on their legacies. I respect
And that was the
it,
first
but
one. Look at this
I can't
left,
have
man.
an expert opinion
Yeah,
on
yeah,
someone
of
I've never
course,
seen.
yeah. And that was the
No, I think
First
Ramos's main
I
thing
can't
is
tell you,
is
Beckenbauer was the
his,
best centre back. I've never seen Beckenbauer games for 90
different kind of
minutes.
players, but
I'm not going to sit here and I'll be lying.
it's about his ability to pull things out of the fire that he brings.
You guys coming up, you need to go on.
No, but that's what I said. I said I go back, I research, I respect it, but I then can't sit there and say I think Beckenbauer is the best because I didn't sit there. And it's also, I feel like a different thing when you
not the same era of
experience it.
football as well.
Yeah, when you experience it and live through a moment, it's like people who, we've witnessed the Ronaldo Messi era for the past 20 years. We lived through it. There's people that are going to look back in 10, 15 years, they're not going to have the same feeling for it. Yeah. They're going to look at it and like, Ronaldo Messi? No, man, I'm looking at Modric and these other new kids that are coming up now.
Like
Mbappe and Haaland.
Yeah, but not when you see 7 Ballon d'Ors. When you see 7 Ballon d'Ors,
you know what they're going to say?
year in, year out.
They're going to say,
That's the Lassie one.
Bad tackle.
I think it might be a red actually with VAR.
is VAR going to look at that?
I don't know, but if they're looking at it,
Do you know what I think saves him? It's the top of his foot that
They
catches
were saying
him.
they were happy he started. He might be off now.
I think he's caught him in a bad place, but because it's the top of his foot, I think he might
Yeah,
just
but
get away
you
with
know
it.
what? That's how football. It's so quick, and sometimes you put your leg in there without not realizing that or how quick it is, and it's a split in a split.
I love these new
second
stats
of
they're coming up
decision.
with as well. Total receptions. I've never seen that as a stat. I know it's how many times a player's received the pass, but
I know.
they're finding new
and the
XG,
funny thing
total
that-
receptions.
Have you seen the new possession one?
Yeah,
It's-
can someone explain that to me? There's 3. There's each team, and then there's this in contest. What is in contest?
Well, I think it means when the ball is kind of quickly exchanged between both teams. So when Højbjerg has it, he's tackled by Griezmann, but then it gets to another player, then it's
scrappy.
Yeah, I think that
It's
what
like
they're
in
basically
No one's really got
competition,
possession.
what they're trying to tell is how much of the game have France actually got control of. 53% rather than 58 or something. I think that's what they're trying to do.
And it's so funny, all this data, sometimes they're thinking, hang on a minute, even when they say, they're looking at the start of individual players, it's just 1-2, I gave him the ball, pass it back to me, and those medium passes, those short passes, and it's a part of this, that.
Oh,
1-2,
you know what?
1-2.
I think that
You know what? There's some great shouts coming into that centre back debate. You see, you don't know me, man. Centre back by trade. You don't know. I
You're
love to have
centre
these.
back?
Oh yeah.
Right-footed?
I've always played. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always played centre back or defensive mid.
Is it?
who would you compare yourself stylistically
Lucio.
to? Lucio.
I've always said.
Lucio.
I would pick
really
the ball up and charge forward 40 yards with it. I'm like, yo, I need to get involved, man. I need to get involved.
Fair
but
enough.
I love the good old tackle. So I love me with some Sergio Ramos, Marco Materazzi. I love the defender who could technically play with the ball,
Yeah.
but
But
had
Materazzi
that
wasn't
brute force with them.
Materazzi was technically
one,
cool.
innit?
Excuse me?
Excuse me? No, it was.
You're about to show your lack of football knowledge here. Be careful. Materazzi was not technical.
Not for me.
You sure you want to rephrase that?
Not for me.
Materazzi was a tech boss. I'm telling you. The problem was he was so aggressive, like Pepe.
That's what I like in him.
sometimes you
That's what I
overlook
like
the
in
technical
him.
ability.
That's the ability he has
Listen,
for me.
highest scoring defender, and some of those goals here in Serie A season, and some of those goals were like 40-yard free kicks. I'm telling you, the guy had tech. But some comments coming in, listen.
I bet you like Otamendi, like that.
No, do you know there's a fine line here with those hard men, aggressive centre backs. There's a fine line between a good front foot defender and being aggressive and overly rash. Davinson Sanchez, overly rash. Otamendi,
Romero.
no. Lisandro Martinez, for example, is that perfect balance of he's just got that right amount of rashness and calmness. And he can play with the ball as well. But
will he compare Materazzi to like the way back he used to play back in the day?
That Materazzi is just my personal.
Okay.
I like him.
But that's what I'm saying.
The Inter Milan team
when it comes
in.
to football, when you're telling me that, that's what I was telling you. Because when I look at he is okay as a defender for me.
No. I don't even want to make Materazzi talk about because he's not in this discussion, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the game's changed as well. There's a lot more pace that defenders
now
have
you're
to deal
required to
with
be a
now.
lot
There
more.
used to be a lot more time that they had on the ball, a lot more space, especially in the Italian leagues. Now you've got, with the dynamic movement of the forwards, the changing formations, it's a completely different game. You're not going to have as many of these Beckenbauer characters lurking around.
Okay.
LL sent in a super chat, said, you guys forgot Fernando Hierro. Recency bias.
Oh yes,
Great shout. Great. This is what I said. I said
did he not come to play for
DR
Bolton?
comment
Did he
section,
not come
they
to
got
Bolton?
some great
He came
knowledge.
to Bolton,
when he
innit?
was washed,
Did he?
yeah. When he was washed.
Oh, wait a minute, James didn't. Come on, James. Yellow for bolting.
I don't
Doing
know.
Okocha, JJ Okocha time.
Latif Salah says William Gallas is better than Sergio Ramos.
Well, Gallas
I like when I say that sometimes. Lemmy from Hamburg says Maldini for sure.
Yeah, well done.
He just had that backwards. Yeah, he did.
He's having his Monaco game, guys. I told you. He's having a Monaco.
You've actually fully fucked it.
He's having
You've
a Monaco.
completely jinxed
Properly
him.
cancelled the occasion.
He's had an absolute
What are
stinker
you going there
today.
for?
He's had an absolute stinker.
But they need to talk. They were meant to have. He was meant to. Dembele should have just said to him.
Look at this, guys. Mbappe cuts in.
Yeah. It's on target. Why do you do that, man?
World class, man.
Jeez.
It
I
wasn't.
don't think he could do a lot about it, but you know when it's just not happening for you.
I like James is making fun of.
I'll just try to.
And that's
Trying to look out
half
for
time,
Giroud.
ladies and gentlemen. 0-0 in the France v Denmark. Listen,
It's not looking good for
it's
3-0.
not been the most thrilling game, but France have been kind of getting their teeth
Yeah.
out. Parisian, talk to me. What have you made of that first half?
Well, I think that technically we are dominating. I think we are a bit sloppy in the middle. Like, you know, the passes that we did during the previous game as well, losing the ball too easily. I'd say Giroud is not having a great first half, obviously, but he's trying to go for it. But again, I think Usman will deblock the situation second half. So I'm not gonna change any player. Maybe no, we can't even change Gameday. He's on the yellow. But what option do we have? Change the whole system. As I said, bring Coman in to bring some pace. But no, we knocking at the door. I think it will.
Belgium, what's your
Oh
feeling?
yeah, you know what? I like the way the French has managed to set themselves up, and compared to the previous two games that they played against Denmark, where literally they lost both games. You know, especially the last game against Denmark in Denmark. Denmark were all over them, and everyone was surprised because obviously he changed the shape up of his team. You know, he was playing with the three at the back. And but today, looking at the way they set up, I like it. And they've been controlled, but only so that they start those moments where they're losing the ball in the middle. So they really have to get grip of that. And hopefully, second half they'll come better. And come on, Denmark, I see France winning this game.
Yeah.
Come on, Allez les Bleus!
And guys, remember, DR Today is brought to you by Manscaped as well, www.manscaped.com, or click the link in the description and you can get 25% off using code WORLDCUP. Click the link in the description, guys, and we will continue with the show. James, talk to me. Denmark, obviously your sweepstake pick. What have you made of that half? It's, I think, 2 shots, none on target. I think Cornelius had the kind of one near post half chance and then one kind of dash ball across the box. But what have you made of that half for both teams, to be fair?
Better from France, much better than Denmark. I think when you're kind of judging how good a half team had, or you're judging performance, you look at chances created, whatever. But you've got to also, I guess, credit France for denying Denmark really anything in the game. They've largely controlled it. They're lacking a little bit of finesse. I mean, France's finesse, that bit of quality, that unpredictability is in their wide players, Mbappe and Dembele. They just have that little bit of magic a bit more centrally. Maybe they just pick the lock and get the goal. But they're by far the better team. And I went for a 3-0 because I was expecting a dominant performance like that. They're just not showing that quality, and Giroud's dropping a Monaco
in the final third, isn't it?
Well,
James, of course, your boy Rasmus has been getting a few blocks in. What have you made of that?
Exactly, mate. Well, your balls will thank you, and the great balls really have been coming by courtesy of Ousmane Dembele. Really, talk about Rasmus, and it's not even just because I'm waxing lyrical about him, really. But everything has been funneling through Ousmane Dembele. Yeah, because Rasmus has defended well as well, but I think Mbappe has struggled at times to really make much impact on the game. Ousmane's been putting some peaches in, and I mean, you've completely jinxed Giroud there with that Monaco thing. Not only is he blasting it back towards his own goal, he's missing sitters. And Denmark look dangerous on the break, man. I think France just have a weak belly. That midfield is good when they're controlling the pace of the game, but when someone decides to take the heat to them, I think Denmark are sat there. They're like a cobra or even a viper just waiting to strike. And I think you'll see it in the second half. They'll have that one counter-attack, puncture through the middle, where France actually look pretty weak, pretty vulnerable, definitely gettable. And I'm telling you, man, This is in it for Denmark.
I
They're
see
in
no-
it to win
I'm
it.
sorry, I see
That's your
nothing
dream,
on-
innit?
I don't see anything on the
let him talk,
counter
but-
from Denmark. I really
That's
don't.
what I was thinking. I was expecting maybe a little bit more kind of once you get the ball in defence, at least let's have some width or something like that. But it just seems like they've set
'Cause they don't have any pace up
5-4-1 in my
front.
opinion. The thing is, and that's the other thing as well, I was going to say with Cornelius, I'm not sure he's the kind of player who can bring players into the game, who has that kind of gravity or even the legs to get in behind. So for me, unless they change him or unless they change their instructions, but one thing I have seen in this tournament, second half teams do definitely come out more. I was going to say, you touched on Koundé with his yellow card and obviously maybe a little bit shaky. Are there any subs you would kind of make? Let me just go through the France subs as well. You've got Pavard, Disasi, Guendouzi, Kolo Muani, Fofana, Vertu, Saliba, Coleman, Konate, Camavinga and Thuram. So you've got quite a few options there. Not many experienced options, I'll say. I think a lot of them are kind of making their debuts at this tournament, but any changes you would kind of make maybe to kind of change the game up a little bit?
It's exact same position. Apart from
Pavard
Pavard.
is a natural right back. But again, to
I don't want him.
Why do you not like Pavard? What's Pavard done to you, man? Poor guy.
It might end up bringing Konate if he's not too short. But I think he trusts Pavard because for international coaches, the reason why they normally select the player is because they've got it's based on their KPI and the value. So you have to trust, and you have to trust the player, you know, and you know that even though people say the player is in form, is not in form, but you could believe that that player, as I said earlier on, technically they are flexible. So you can switch when you switch your technical structure, the player can fit in. So so he might bring on Pavard, you know.
I think that's the only option.
These are the trust, and also he did well against Argentina.
Saliba cannot fit in this defense for now.
In the last World Cup.
So
He's just not good enough, is he, Saliba?
It's good. What do you mean that's not good enough?
He's simply not good enough.
He's only 21.
I'm not getting.
He's only 21. He's only 21. He's only 21. He's only 21.
It's too easy to
Well,
trigger.
speaking of bite, you promised me goals and we haven't delivered, so you're getting awfully close to having a bite of this bad boy. That's what you're going to be biting, son. Go on, spin that wheel and get yourself a
You're supposed to
chili.
be in school.
Wheel of shame time. You know what time it is. It's halftime entertainment time. Listen, Parisian, nearest to the wheel.
Chili.
I can tell you. Okay.
Come on, son. Here we go.
No chili too. It has to be African chili to me, man.
Ooh, what we got?
Oh, you lucky guy. He's got a Manscaped gift set. Oh, he's got it.
That's what I'm talking about.
We have a winner.
First try.
What's that? First try as well?
Yeah.
Well, should I take both?
No.
You'll get your prize at the end. You'll get your prize at the end. Belgium, off you go.
Come on, brother. Do that.
Well, should I do the same? Should I do the same? Just
Yeah,
imagine
first try. That a good spin as well.
Go for it.
You're going home clean tonight. Darts.
50 quid.
Can make some money.
Make some money, bro. You can make some money.
Why is always
Can buy a set yourself with that 50 quid.
You almost did it last time, remember?
Table distance.
Take your time.
There we go.
Take your time.
Composure.
Oh no.
There we go. 180.
Is that a 333?
You gun leaning.
Oh, go on,
to the
man.
side. It's like you're going to dive at the board, man.
Well, at least you thought that.
Unlucky.
He put me up.
James, off you go. Can't blame me. James, off you go.
Fourth time lucky. If I don't get Manscaped this time,
I hope you
some
get
serious.
chili, man.
No, I don't get it.
Manscaped.
Chili's Mickey Mouse stuff anyway, man. Come on, Manscaped.
Pronouncing Manscaped for
Full toner, lawnmower. Let me mow that lawn, baby.
Sorry.
Mow the lawn.
Yeah, that's a
Mow that lawn, brother. Mow the lawn.
chili.
Dance. Okay, dance.
Give us a
game,
little
man.
tune and give us a little dance if you can.
Dance.
We got no dance. We got no song dancing. Okay,
No, I'm waiting. I ain't going a cappella. I'm waiting for this tune.
Wind your hips.
The music is broken, so we're chilling.
Beatboxing or something like.
I'll give you a tune.
There you go, off you go, James.
You see, you don't like him.
Let's see what we got now.
You don't like Saliba, but you does to his tune.
If I get
What can I
sick,
say?
can that be my?
At least one of us needs to. At least one of us needs to show some movement. Because Saliba certainly doesn't.
I'm giving that a bit of a shake.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
James,
No.
VR. He got to spin again,
man. Yeah, spin again. Yeah.
Lucky boy.
Oh, that was close.
Go again, James. Go again.
Stress.
We need that chili. We want to see a red hot James today.
Mamma mia.
Oh! No, you almost got the Manscaped gift, but it's a dance.
Macarena.
Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, they said we clap.
It was that or the dab, so you know.
Come on, bro.
They said we can't clap again, so.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Here we go. Chili.
Ain't no chili for me, baby. Ain't no chili for me, baby.
Well done.
I feel last time I came in, Mattis he said he couldn't take it, man.
No, that was too much. Yeah.
No, please.
Sir, yeah.
You see, you try to be clever, man.
Just go.
Ooh. That is not what the doctor ordered. Oh no! James, hit the board.
Next time.
Oh.
Well
So
done.
guys, what's the Manscaped gift?
You get it
Yeah,
after the stream,
after
don't
the
worry.
show, they'll sort you out backstage.
Yeah.
I don't really like the sound of it.
We'll give you a trip backstage.
We'll make sure you're nice and clean, alright?
We'll cut you fine.
It sounded like you went to Napoli. You went to Napoli. You know that Napoli, in Naples, there's a market called Continental Market in Naples, and bad things happening there, man. They'll tell you, yeah, pay that money, and we'll give it to you, then they'll swap the bags.
Damn. It's a cold world out here.
Is this to do with the shaving or what?
Before the second half starts off again, I want to get your predictions to see if they've changed, of course.
Stigo, tune it to Le Bleu.
I'm changing my prediction.
Yeah? You said 3-1 before?
I'm changing it to 2-0
2-0.
France.
Okay. James, you still sticking with that 3-0?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. It's been a 3-0 performance.
Yeah.
I like that.
But it won't, I don't think I'll end 3-0.
We'll get some goals. We'll get some
stick
goals
with
for
it. Let's
sure.
do it. Come on.
Yeah, you got to stick with the guns, mate.
2-0
All guns
Denmark?
blazing. 2-0.
There we
Easy.
go.
I might actually go for 3, but I'll keep it to.
There we go. Listen, you
That's
have
been
their
brave, man.
predictions and you can get involved as well. Remember, there's daily prizes to be won in the prediction battle. Here's a quick word from Lee.
Let's play DR Sports Prediction Battle. Spain versus Germany go head to head in what could be the best game so far in this tournament. I'm going for a 2-1 Spain win, but it could go either way. España. What do you think? Play DR Sports Prediction Battle. Get involved. Sign up and play by clicking the link.
Make sure you scan the QR code or click the link. Make sure you get your picks in. You must be over 18 to play, remember. Click the link, get involved. Get involved, guys. We've given our predictions. There's a lot to come. Let's see what the comment sections is saying so far as well.
I think they're loving my dancing. The next Tony Adams, they said.
Someone's saying, bro, that was so stiff. That was horrendous. Next level stiffness.
I have that effect on people.
Quick quiz.
Someone said, yo, get the WD-40 out. Oh, man, James is hilarious.
Should I come out with a quick quiz, yeah? Can you just ask the people on the chat there, who scored the French team goal against Italy in 2000? Yeah, 2000.
Why don't you ask us that question? I don't even know
2000 during the
2000? Are you talking Euros?
Euros,
This was the golden goal.
Yeah.
David Trezeguet.
No, not you. I'm asking the chat.
No, you spoiled it.
Sorry.
That's
Come
what
on,
I'm
man. That's like
that's
ABC.
You'll be surprised.
Seriously.
I'm telling you.
Hey, the kids better do their homework, man. Listen, we do our homework around here.
Don't worry, I'll come out with that. I've got dictionaries.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm a man of
Coming
back
with the old school wisdom.
Back in the day.
Listen, some second half predictions coming in as well. Harvey says it's going to be a 0-0. Zozo.
There's loads of 0-0 these days as well. So
John D
wouldn't be
says 0-0 as well. Angry Gooner says 1-0 Denmark.
No. Anyway, listen, the French team, they really have to be careful because the last game, before they played them away, at home in Stade de France, it was the same low block and the same, configuration.
Yeah, I agree.
Then they just hit the French on the break, and that's it.
Late drama as well.
And late drama, then all of a sudden, French was trying
Could
to
be the same story all over again, then, isn't it?
Hope not. Nah, man.
Patrick G says 1-0 Denmark. Usopp says 1-1 boring. Macho Man says 1-0. And then we got AM9 who says 2-1 Denmark as well. So, half-time people are starting to lean towards Denmark a little bit more.
Yeah, but they've not played anything. They've not come out yet, and they just sat there.
Eriksen's got a plan for them, huh? I like
to get Eriksen up the pitch a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. He's almost playing that Man United role now.
Yeah.
No sub as well.
I think he's playing a little bit deep, but obviously you have to give credit to the French team, the way Deschamps set them up,
In that first half?
Yeah, they're controlling things.
Braithwaite coming on as well. Oof! We said they needed some pace, some legs to that front line. There you go.
It looks a bit
like
like
fresh braids as well. Braithwaite.
James
Jr.
That's what we're calling him now.
Yeah.
Apparently he's doing some amazing stuff outside of football.
Mate.
That's
Mate.
good. The same as Manu, Sadio Mane too, as well, outside football. He's doing a lot of good things.
Yeah, but Sadio Mane is more charity. This guy is business.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like property, I believe, as well.
His
property portfolio.
Is he doing stuff with his dad or something? Is that what I saw?
Like his family apparently is like very wealthy.
That's good.
Who's this?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Fair play to him, man. I think a lot of people underestimate footballers, and he's one of those that's shown. Listen, football is just a side hobby to me.
So you know what I didn't know till the other day is how involved Richarlison was kind of in discussing social issues and all sorts. Apparently he's a class act.
He does so much, honestly, for
his
country,
family.
his family, his
Isn't it amazing how footballers are judged for their kind of persona on the pitch? Because I'll be honest, Richarlison on a football pitch, I actually rate the player, but as a persona on the football pitch,
It speaks to him now as well.
I can't stand the guy. Like I find him like he's just very involved.
Okay, gone.
Sorry.
Yeah, look at the men they get back.
Already 6-7.
Do you know what I think Richarlison is? He's one of those players that if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him.
Right, exactly. But it's funny how that's my impression. Like, obviously, I know nothing of him away from football, bar what we see, and now, kind of after his goal, I was seeing a lot of that being talked about, and like massive credit to him because he's still a young player, isn't he? Was he only 24?
27, isn't it?
Yeah, 24, 25.
Yeah, that's still.
And that's the thing is, for me, I think that's the thing is so much he does for his kind of area, for his kind of former people that he's always known, people who he's linked up with, and I'm just like, mate, I respect that so much whenever people give back.
To community, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the thing with online stuff, whether you're a footballer, whether you're a TV presenter, whatever you are, people only get to see a certain aspect of your characteristic, and they'll judge your whole thing on that. Like Reece James, everyone thinks that he's some prick because on the pitch, he dives a bit, he'll time waste, he's dirty, he'll get in your face and stuff. But if you met him off the pitch, he's probably just a regular human like everyone else.
Back in the day, when you play in Wimbledon, Vinnie Jones, holding to your, ask guys that Paul Gascoigne, he was holding on to his. Is that family wood or whatever
when
they
he
call
squeezes, his
Whoa, Dembuzi!
It's unbelievable.
All I'm saying is
on his knees.
What are you doing,
Højbjerg, monster!
Look at that
see,
recovery
no
pace.
pace, man. That's what I'm saying.
Rabiot, what's he doing? And that's the problem with Rabiot.
It's so slow up there, man. See more movement in a still image.
Hey, let's be
Play
careful,
left,
though.
there's no one. Marking, exactly.
Rabiot, man, still not challenged sometimes, man. Come on.
Midfield is weak.
No, let it go. No, that was easy.
Denmark need to start throwing some bodies at the end of them crosses, man. They're getting in dangerous areas and no one's going for them.
Well, because they're coming out aggressively. So either Rabiot,
Braithwaite, man.
he has to bring
that.
on Fofana. Fofana will be able to support. Rabiot
that is a touch, man.
He's so good.
Break his knees.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that, man.
Bye-bye.
Better than Mbappe, this guy.
Technically, I'd say yes.
Well,
Pure
listen.
technical,
From an athletic perspective, though,
Mbappe is faster
more
than
pace,
him,
man.
it's so far ahead the other way. It's crazy.
What?
And
Mbappe?
what people don't understand.
No, but
it's only
agility
it's
is
only
athletic.
23.
Mbappe is more complete than
Do you know what the thing?
It's only
The thing-
23.
The thing I always say with physical attributes here is they're so hard to replicate. That's why they're always so standout. If someone is like freakishly quick or freakishly strong, they just need to harness it and they can become a top player. Mbappe is one of those few players I feel like he's harnessed his speed. There's a lot of players I felt like, do you remember like Aaron Lennon for Arsenal?
Whoa, please!
Theo Walcott
to the
for,
right, to the right.
Arsenal. You felt like they didn't really fully harness their speed.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they're too quick for their own good.
Yes.
Too quick for their own good, and their decision making, their brain isn't quick enough to keep up with their
Do you know who's
feet.
a great player who's made a transition? Sterling under Pep. Where prior to Pep arriving, I felt like
he was
would
still
almost-
quality,
he would
that's what
almost
I mean.
always his feet
Clear
would
it.
get muddled up. Once Pep learned, listen, calm down. It's just right positioning, right timing. Arrive at the back post.
Yeah.
He definitely learned to use his pace.
No, I
better.
think he
Pace
improved
now.
his goal scoring, but before that, Sterling was still lethal on the wing. He was still
Take him
creating a
up,
lot of
take him up.
chances for the likes of Daniel Sturridge and other
You're
players.
misconstruing what I said.
Yes.
I'm misconstruing what you said.
Hey!
You're being very harsh.
That was really close, man.
I'm not saying he wasn't creative. I'm saying his feet, a lot of the times, he would be too quick. So a lot of times, his strikes wouldn't be clean. His passes wouldn't be great. He would be great on the ball, but that final product was always lacking. And I felt like at City, when he actually became that top player, was when he learned to harness that pace, arrive at the back post at the right time, burst.
That's more
speed.
positional awareness. I think
Of
that
course
what
it is.
Pep
But that's-
changed is
but
his
that's using
positional
your
awareness,
speed-
his
but that's
reading
using
of
your
the
speed
game.
correctly. If you know
but
you
it's
can
not
outpace
using
him.
your
Of
speed.
course
It's
it
like
is.
when
If
you're
they're playing
running
a high
with the
line
ball.
and you peel wide and then make the run diagonally, that's using your speed.
No, that's
better.
using your brain better rather than using your speed better.
But if you have a speed advantage and you use your brain better, is it not?
Unlucky, don't worry.
Yeah, but that's nothing
It's-
to
it's
do with
like-
it. No, but using the speed, he was still great at
connecting
using
the
his
dots
speed. He
is
was
what
still
I'm
a great
saying.
dribbler. He was still
when you
great at
harness
getting
your
into the
speed,
right
listen,
positions and cutting the
I
ball
understand
across.
both of you you're having a good point, you're making a good point, but listen, Sterling's style is we're talking about maturity. You were talking about, it's like you're looking at the aspect of, I don't want to go into that computerized FIFA 21. This is about.
I think you're a video game addict, mate. You can't stop thinking
Well, you're
about it.
making a good point. Yeah, you're making a. You got.
Denmark corner. Hey, listen, we said set pieces are dangerous. Denmark got one here.
No. Hopefully, it'll be wasted now.
Giroud's going to nod it into the back of his own net. That's right.
I want to ask you French boys as well. What have you lot made of?
Goalkeeper!
Oh, Lloris!
No, it wasn't close.
Claims it.
Fumbled that
What
one.
have you lot made of Upamecano's performances so far? And like, how highly do you rate him?
I find him solid. Still very young. You mentioned maturity and experience. I think he needs to work on this. Obviously, it takes a bit of time, but for his age, I think he's really solid. To be fair, really solid.
Has a lot of critics as well. I feel like when he was at RB Leipzig, people felt like sometimes he got caught out in the high line too much a little bit. But physically he's very good, and on the ball I think he's very good as well, which is something that I think you lot, when you're building out from the back, is definitely useful. But
like calm, his control.
especially considering last World Cup, I felt like France's defence, in my opinion, was actually what won you the World Cup. That plus Mbappe in the final third.
Yeah, Umtiti
basically.
was quality.
Yeah, it was
Umtiti,
quality.
Varane, that
Very
whole
true.
back line I thought was
Safe.
immense.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
started?
It almost
was it
locked
Umtiti
it
who
up.
started?
Yeah, Umtiti, that was the little celebration you don't remember.
I thought it was Kimpembe.
Yeah.
When did Kimpembe come into there?
Kimbebe's never been like
Has he not?
Please, man, why did
He
you
was
have
there.
to
I
go?
think.
France squad.
Oh, it was so
Yeah,
obvious.
he's been in and out of
He
like the
shouldn't
starting
have gone,
lineup. He's never been like a stamped on regular, I feel
He's
like.
there. He was there. The whole song about him. Maestro Kimpembe.
man. Yeah, it's not-
Yeah, he's in the song, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It was their guys
It
who
was
got
that because
shout-outs in the song they
because
didn't play.
this guy, the guy who composed that music, is Kipembe's friend, and
He's friends with everyone.
his friend. He's from Ivory Coast.
I was going to say though, because what it is that defense is so solid, and now you've got a new crop of generation almost coming in of Konate,
Production,
it's
the
next
TV wants to
generation.
leave us.
So which one of those do you think is going to be the one? No, I'm saying like you got Upamecano, you got Konate, you got all of these young centre backs coming through at the moment. Which one do you think is going to be the one to take the mantle, like a Varane or like a Thuram?
Oh,
that's interesting.
That's going to be Konate.
I'm going for Konate as well.
You think he's going to be the lock one?
I think so as well.
And what's it? Should I just answer to? Should I contribute to?
Go for it.
To add to what?
Go on.
What's the name? Le Parisien was saying. The thing is that these boys, they're young. People have to understand that. So, I mean, as a centre back, there's sometimes things can happen, but they just need to be coached, and hopefully they'll come good. So
Konate looks more solid.
Yeah, you can't just say because he's doing because well, you can't be saying that because he made one or two mistakes, therefore he hasn't got the potential to be a top player. You know, they're learning. They're learning. They're learning. So
do you feel like Konate could be the one then that
replace Varane? You mentioned
Kunde, you've got there as well. Could he maybe move to centre back?
I don't think so.
Does he have the physical stature for it though? He's quite small.
It's a natural
I don't think he will fit out as a centre back.
Come on, they have to be careful with these corner kicks when I don't like it.
To answer your question, I think Konate is Varane pedigree.
Varane pedigree, Konate, really?
100%.
Do you think injuries might be the thing that hold him back, maybe?
Hey!
Oh! Denmark! Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Offside.
Must have been, yeah.
Thank God he was offside, but that touch as well. He just...
some people are saying
Saliba.
Saliba.
But he's only 21. Saliba, that's another thing. Saliba, but he's learning. He's only 21, but Konate is a little bit...
I say Konate has more potential than Saliba.
Saliba too is okay.
What about Fofana?
Fofana is the midfielder, so...
No.
Yeah, plenty of options.
Oh, Wesley Fofana also.
But this is what I'm saying. You've got so many options.
But Fofana, well, it seems that Ivory Coast is trying to call him.
No, don't do that.
Why not? What do you mean I don't do that?
No.
He's an African boy, bro. What do you mean?
Are you listening?
Yeah, go on.
I'm talking about the France team. I'm not talking about the Ivory Coast team. I'm talking about who should be the leader. And Fofana at Chelsea especially, he hasn't even got going yet. He could be there for the next 5-6 years, a premier and elite centre back. Could he not be someone who is the bedrock of that?
Transition,
Yeah.
Hey!
That touch.
Oh! Transition!
Do it. Switch it. Sorry, I clapped again.
Mbappe and that's the problem, man. When they commit that many men forward and Mbappe's there on the half turn.
And these are the type of players that England hasn't got. You know, if England has Mbappe time.
That control. That's
Mbappe time.
Done.
Yeah.
Where is he in the list of best in the world right now, Mbappe, for you?
Number 1.
No, over Haaland.
Yes, 100%.
What the hell?
You are. No. You should have warned him.
He hasn't won the league yet, so he's still playing the FIFA. He hasn't won the league with them.
Do you know what people would call this online? Premier League merchant.
No, it's not a Premier League merchant.
Do you know what I like about you, Fuad?
No, you can't say it. You can't just brush that off as Premier League merchant and rub Haaland completely under the carpet, man. He's one of the greatest strikers.
Has he won the league?
His numbers
they're going to say it's
he's just joined, but his numbers are unreal. And people try and say he's just a finisher. But people try and say he's just a finisher. But
have you seen the Haaland goals and the Mbappe goals? What do you like about football? Finishing, number 9, old-fashioned.
Junior James.
Do you like a footballer that has technique, pace, everything? He's more complete. Check the goals of Mbappe. Compare them. Don't tell me he scored it in the French league and it's a farmers league.
But by that, I'd still put Messi above Mbappe.
His stats are also in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, I'd still put Messi over Mbappe if you're talking quality of goals.
Haaland is amazing.
He's
an amazing striker.
Don't pull Messi out.
What do you mean? Don't pull Messi out my ass.
Haaland
I still have over Mbappe, but Messi I also have over both.
What reason why you'd have Haaland
reason because I think he's more of a lethal finisher, and I think people really people are disrespectful to his game, and they say he's just some finisher merchant. He's great on the counter attack, on the break. He's got blistering pace in behind. He offers you a lot. His positional awareness is great. His movement's great. And he pulls out in the big occasions. He'll pull you out the fire.
Wait. What big occasions has he pulled out so far?
Okay, City, was it the City Dortmund game where he comes off and he scores that fly kick in the last minute? Of course it's a big occasion. It's Champions League and he comes on and saves them in the dying hour. It's still a big occasion, is it not?
No, I'm just trying to see if he has an objective bone in his body. That's all I'm trying to see.
What's that got to do with Leeds? That's nothing to do. I'm saying he does. I'm not saying Mbappe's a bad player. I'm not saying Mbappe's a bad player. Mbappe's quality, of course, mate. Mbappe's generational. The things Mbappe does are sensational, and I see what you mean. So he does more things that when you look at him, it's like
he's more complete.
It's like that Messi factor of wow.
Haaland is a proper finisher.
You said that when you talk about big moments, I'm talking about Mbappe scoring.
I think Haaland
scoring in a World Cup final. Mbappe scoring against Argentina to single-handedly dump one of the favourites out the tournament.
But that's not fair because he can't qualify because his team are bad.
That's your business.
Oh, come on!
Are just teasing us today.
Everything was perfect. Look, timing and everything.
Look,
great ball there.
As well. Boom.
Griezmann
finish
touch.
It. That's a
you've got to finish that.
Do you know what? That is sat up so beautifully from him as well. He could even take another touch.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, he could genuinely
take another touch.
And just set it into his...
we did his legs. Yeah.
And FYI, to finish that off, statistically, the goals that he's scoring for his age per game, per minute is unrivaled.
So you see, that's the problem between you and me. You talk stats. I talk football.
I talk facts.
That's the thing. No, you talk facts because you like stats.
Facts.
So I get your point. Now football is all about stats.
No, it's not all about stats. It's about his lethal finishing.
Watch Haaland play. If you like football, the style of football. I'm sorry.
No, that's a very snobbish way of looking at it, of just dismissing it as pure stats.
You talk facts. I agree with that. You talk facts. You compare age.
Griezmann, what are you listening about? Score goal to you.
Mentality.
So where's Messi in the list of the best right now?
He's the best for me, still.
In activity,
what he can do,
yeah.
Messi can do more than anyone.
Yeah,
the things he does leave you breathless. You see that goal when you're 4-0 where with the quick touch inside, outside.
So far at the World Cup, I've seen one man do bits for his country. Love that.
You know that.
He's just close.
My God.
Stop watching.
Let's have a look at this again. Mbappe. One sec. Mbappe on the left.
Took his time. Boom. Timing perfect. The call as well. Boom.
Look at the cut
finishing. Bye.
Dark finish. Love that.
Clean. Boom.
Kylian, killer. Big stage, big moment. As they say, Champions League group stage, they're hyping. We do a World Cup group stage.
I always said he's the best young forward in the world right now.
World Cup Norway thing, yeah?
Yeah, they always say
you know
this.
why?
Yeah.
He was eligible to play for England, but he said no.
Yeah, because he was born here.
Born in Leeds.
Yeah.
Could have chose England. Yeah. You chose Norway, so you chose the hard life. Now suffer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was born in Manchester. His dad played for Leeds when he was
there. In the team
he played for City.
Let Odegaard carry you. See if he can bring you to the promised land.
So he has British citizenship.
Yeah, he was born here.
Giroud coming off now. Marcus Thuram coming on.
Oh yeah, Thuram is a good player.
Hey,
that's an interesting substitution, by the way.
I always told you Mbappe was the man.
This is Marcus Thuram's World Cup debut as well. Look, father in the stands, Lilian Thuram, of course, World Cup winner in '98. Big world boss, if you remember. Juve dog.
And Barca. But when he went to Barca, it was a little bit later part of his career.
Even then, him and Zambrotta holding it down. I remember them days, man.
Unfortunately, I feel like the floodgates might open now.
Good.
Once they've got that one
I
goal.
told you lot. When Fuad is here.
Well, fortunately, we want goals. We want action. I'd like to see the underdog.
It's so deserved. Denmark have done nothing.
No, I don't know. They've been the second half. They've been alright. They've tried to
looked like they might.
No, but they've started to control a bit more of the game. It's actually been different. France have
waiting for one mistake, basically.
Well, France have sat back and started counter-attacking Denmark, and then they've started to really hurt.
Are you sure that you were watching the same game?
Yeah. They have. They've caught them on the break a couple of times with Mbappe.
They've transitioned well.
Is it transition?
No, they're not. I'm not saying they're parking the bus, but I'm saying as in they've bided their time a bit more.
I'm seeing people in the chat talking about tapping Mbappe. Did you not see he started that move on the left? Please respect the man. Mbappe, look at this, moving through, man, weaving. That's what we do. Top footballers, top players. This is what they do. They manipulate the football. They manipulate players. Gravity. Greats do that. Mbappe, number one right now in my eyes.
And where's Messi for you?
Messi, I could say second, in my opinion.
I feel uncomfortable with the idea that Messi still is.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? For me, last year, that took a stock on his hit.
Okay.
And this year, it was nice climbing back.
Yeah.
But, as we say, I know you don't like to hear this, but it is the French league. Now at the World Cup, I want to see what Messi can do when you've got the whole team playing for you, when it's your last run. I expect him to do something with this Argentina. If Argentina get embarrassed at this World Cup now, don't tell me Messi's the best player.
No, what if he wins them the Champions League?
I don't want to hear that.
No.
If this Argentina that came into the tournament one of the favourites, 36 games unbeaten, one of the best defences in the world, and you're telling me the best player in the world plays there as well, and they can't win and they get embarrassed. That's not the best player in the world.
Okay, but last year he won them the Copa America, mate.
That's a foul. That's a foul.
Wow,
that's a definite foul. That's obvious as well. No. It was not shoulder to shoulder.
Denmark might have paid the refs here,
No.
Give us a last
line. And actually, as a PSG fan, if Messi wins you the Champions League, does that get rid of the whole argument?
Wins us the Champions League.
Well, I'll put it this way. Look, you'll have other players contributing because you've got a great squad, but at the end of the day, you spent all this money and built this great squad before and not won it. If you win it will be thanks to Messi because you've brought him in to win the Champions League. You've had Neymar before, you've had Mbappe.
I totally disagree with what you're saying, man.
Such a lazy analysis.
It's not a lazy analysis.
You brought in Messi, that's
what, you're telling me that if they go through, he won't play an imperative part?
If you're going to say Messi win it, if you're going to say Messi won it for you.
I know where you want to go, but when you say spending money to bring players to help us win the Champions League, we spend money on Sergio Ramos with experience. We spend money on Neymar. We spend money, obviously, on Mbappe.
Yeah, but Neymar and Mbappe were there before, though.
No. Yes, before Messi joined. Yes, they were here before Messi joined. So same for the keeper as well. Donnarumma as well. Hakimi as well. Nuno Mendes.
But I'm saying obviously if he gets injured and you win it,
we're not bringing only Messi for Champions League experience. We're bringing, as I said, Neymar.
Ramos. No, exactly, but that's what I mean. But he is the missing piece of the puzzle.
He did that 2 years ago too with what's the name?
So he's the final piece of the puzzle.
It's not only about Messi. Messi now is starting to.
Oh no!
You kidding? Where was this?
Oh my God,
Clear it!
No, I'm sorry, but Denmark plays some great crosses into the box.
They're
time and time again, there's no one there.
Guess who's there?
They need to get Eriksen up the pitch a little bit more.
Come on, give us something, Denmark.
Let him go and explore.
You know we love a good game here.
Sometimes, should I say that as a coach, like really Ghana coach, we did the same thing. When you score a goal and you're taking off a player off at the same time, so I think that's the moment of your ability, isn't it? I don't know why coaches tend to do that because sometimes the game can change,
So yeah, mate.
They should have just kept that shit.
Messi, you're right. Messi is a key player this season to help us win the Champions League, 100%.
Yeah, but that's
comparing to the previous seasons, but it's not only about Messi. It's not only about
that's what I mean. But everyone says it's about the teams built around him at Barcelona and stuff. Does that? And they're like, yeah, but I mean, as in the argument of Ronaldo's done it in all these other clubs. Maradona went and carried Napoli to that. And yeah, I know you've got a great team, so it's not exactly like he's dragging some bums up to win the Champions League. But if he plays a vital role, does that not negate that whole argument? Does that not solidify him?
But if he helps us win the Champions League, then Mbappe is winning the Champions League as well.
I know, but I'm saying he will still have paid. Of course, Mbappe will have still won it. I'm not saying it. I'm not
Christian Carajo! We said it's going on there. Set pieces.
That's what
They
attention.
were knocking out the door, to be fair.
Once again, a corner costing
That's
France.
it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Wow.
They need to
Who
be
was saying
careful.
about the set pieces?
Me.
There you go.
Me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was literally saying it all game. I said set pieces.
And
are
they did
so
not
Maybe
use
a
that
Spurs
piece.
fan, but
They
you
did not
do
use
know a
it.
thing or two.
That's what we're just saying.
It is what it is.
I don't know why he made
One or
that
two.
mistake because he shouldn't have taken Giroud off.
Let's take a look at it again.
Who whips that in? Beautiful cross.
Great whip there.
Oh,
and the
flicked
ball just
in. Who
bounced
is that
near
marking
post.
Who was marking him? Varane.
Wow.
Who was that?
Oh.
Is it Rabiot?
No, that's
No,
Rabiot.
Rabiot.
Ooh,
That's
Rabiot.
Rabiot.
Who's number
And
14?
he was
Rabiot.
It's so lazy. It's not. Well, I mean, it's always compromising when it comes to.
that's
Rabiot.
That was
He should have
dangerous
gone
as
in
well.
front of the ball.
Woo! Game on, brother.
He should have gone in front of the ball.
Love
he was
it,
trying to
love
use his
it.
leg.
Denmark
which is
giving us a
bit,
game
which
here.
was a bit silly. What do you want to use your leg for? He's always doing this.
One, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I still
Listen.
believe that France will go through. Denmark, they've not offered anything.
Listen,
Come on
it's
now.
not about
Well
what you
done, Denmark.
believe,
They've shown
it's
some
what we
character.
can see.
Well, yeah,
and
yeah,
right
of
now,
course, they
Denmark
believe.
have made this a game. And
Oh,
you
yeah,
look,
of course,
again,
of course,
France
yeah.
have continued to play with their
Always,
food, and you don't
always.
put your chances away, it will cost you.
Yeah, of
and
course.
maybe, I hope now, this livens up Denmark and makes it, you know what, we can take the game to them.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Then you know,
But they have been in the second half. You're acting like
don't
it's
know
been
why
all one-way
they
traffic.
some-
Before the goal, they looked a bit dangerous. They had quite a few corners, actually.
When France got the goal, I think Denmark had a
to
couple
come out.
moments, but I think they were flattering
Well
to
done.
deceive before that.
Well done.
Yeah,
I
but
think they
Across
were
it.
looking like they might do something,
All
but
France
never
here
really
again.
did.
no, the end
that's
product
too
wasn't
Dembele.
there.
No, but that's too slow, man. You know, that's the thing with Dembele as well. Sometimes he's doing this Neymar
much.
thing, like
Too
too
much.
many flicks and tricks, and like that's so frustrating, man. Like, and everyone is calling the goal. It's obvious, and you're like,
do you know
doing-
what? That's what I was saying earlier on. That when you score a goal and the coach decides to take your player off, that kind of messed up a little bit of the shape. And normally, I was expecting Deschamps to have waited a little bit, maybe
To take Giroud off.
Yeah, before taking him off.
yeah, I was
Because
surprised
when
as
you
well.
did that, you should have, because they were looking compact, they were
60th
doing
minute.
okay. All of a sudden, he did that, and I think that's you in the moment of ability, and that can go against you. And
Shout out Big Ash for the super chat as well. He says Haaland can never take the game into his own hands and take the team
Well
over the
done,
line.
Thuram. That's
Without service, he is nothing.
Thank you very
Mbappe
much.
does that
No,
day in, day out.
that's not
Shout
true,
out
though.
Samuel Abbey as well for the super chat. He says Haaland can't play without a 10, period.
Do you know what Haaland does?
It's not criticizing him. It's just that it's his profile.
I
He's a
think
number
Rabiot-
9. He's a
Rabiot,
finisher.
he might take
No, but he
Giroud
can
off.
still.
And
That's
he's
very,
clinical,
very
he's clinical,
detrimental
he's
to his
faithful, he's
overall game.
clinical.
I think the genius
He
of
does his
Haaland
job
is you
perfectly. He's
don't
his
have
best
to
with
be
it.
a De Bruyne to create chance for Haaland because he'll take 2 out of 10 chances, 4 out of 10 chances, and he'll get a shot away or he'll be in the right place. Like, you don't have to be brilliant supplies for him to get goals. That's what his genius is.
Yeah.
But he does need the supply
Yeah.
in some way, shape or form. I got a bit of criticism actually on DR for saying that if you look at City now and the way they're playing, it does feel a little bit more.
Do you remember I was saying that to you a couple of
Yeah.
weeks back as well, actually, where they're almost catering their system a little bit too much towards
I know
it,
you
innit?
like your stats, right? So
Go on.
Matisse and I were breaking down, you know that show we do on this channel?
It was just before that, actually.
It was, I think, with the week after, because you got me thinking about it. And I looked up the season before, no City forward, that includes their midfielders, had fewer touches per game than sort of around 40.
No,
Haaland
the other
averages
side,
25
man.
touches per game.
Come on,
He doesn't get
Mbappe.
involved. That's 15 per game less.
Yeah.
He doesn't get involved as much. But that's fine because he delivers when he does. But when he's not delivering, do City look like they've got a gear less? In my opinion, they do.
100%. You've
But
seen that this season.
that doesn't mean they're not still brilliant because this,
But what
this
about
is
the
he's
times
not
when he
so
hasn't
brilliant.
played, when he's been out injured and then he's come off the bench and he's completely changed the game within a matter of 10 minutes?
no one said he's not a good player. No one
Exactly.
said he's
But
not
I'm
a
saying, but you're
half
saying
player.
as in they have a gear less when he's playing and he's not performing
No,
necessarily.
okay.
But
If they're struggling to get to him, it feels like they've got a gear
let me
less.
just.
But what
let
about
me
when
just
someone
stop
else
this
is
argument.
playing?
Let me just stop with this. Do you know, for a player, yeah? Do you know? I don't want to use the KPI, but you know, there's a benchmark that which you could use to understand it, to measure whether the player is a top or not. And again, too, there's a CV. So what the player has won, yeah, in terms of on the individual level, club level, and international level, yeah, right? So those are the things you need to put into consideration too as well, yeah. And Haaland and Mbappe, you can't compare them, yeah. Fair play to Haaland. He's a fantastic player, fantastic striker. He's like a monster, yeah, in the box. But when you're trying to compare him to Mbappe is one at the age of 18, winning the World Cup. Yeah,
Because
the
he was
bigger
in a better
stage.
team, and just because he developed them, we're talking about current time now.
It's meant to.
That's like me saying,
Oh, 2-1, baby! Oh my God, I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
Denmark have opened up now.
I saw it coming. Do you know what?
After I
The
said
way
they
it
did
looks,
nothing.
they're gonna score another
This
one.
is the beautiful game, man.
They're gonna score. That was beautiful. Look.
Lovely. And you
What a
see,
save.
oh, that's terrible, man. That's
time
a
and
terrible
time again,
strike.
yeah, whether
Nah,
it's
he's done all he
corners,
can, I
He
think.
needs to open his
wide.
body up more, let it roll across, and then he can
It's so
guide
close,
it into
man.
the corner.
Maybe.
It's coming. It's coming.
I just feel like Denmark have got multiple crosses.
I think
into the
Rabiot should
game
be
in
coming
dangerous
off
areas.
now because he's not really pushing. He should come off
If
now.
Camavinga is fit, I'm putting Camavinga straight away.
Like, this is it. Denmark are coming
No,
forward, man. They
I
got the
think,
win.
He might bring up Fofana
Here we go, another corner.
because
Eriksen.
Rabiot is not tracking the way is for me, and he's supposed to be.
Oh, that's terrible.
Can feel
No
some
movement in the
kind
box again, like you're saying, man. No one gambling on it.
I can't believe how Denmark have turned this around. I thought at 1-0 down they might not
Falter,
crumble,
yeah.
but just be that bit deflated.
Yeah.
No,
Pressure is
they've
on us now.
responded brilliantly since
Pressure
this
is on
France.
us.
Yeah, Deschamps needs to make some subs
pressure's
now,
on
man.
us.
You know.
That change, like you said, it's affected it. They don't really seem to be able to make it
Look,
stick.
Denmark have
France.
upped the tempo, man.
And that's why I don't like. And coaches, even Ghana coach, we did the same things. It seems to me that the emotion when he ran to you as a coach, we the fans we can be, saying take Giroud off, but not you as a coaching staff.
Kingsley, thank
Kingsley's coming
you.
off.
Some pace.
Yeah,
Mwah.
and Fofana, I just said that.
There
I
you
think
go.
Rabiot should come in.
How much pace do you want, mate? You've already got Dembele and
more.
Mbappe.
Oh, Varane. Okay, it's taking
Look,
Varane
Varane.
because it's
Well,
not match.
he
It's not match fit.
he had a good game.
It's not match fit.
Varane off. Wow.
So who's
Konate.
No, Coman is coming off for who? He might play Dembele off.
For Varane. And
Dembele,
then you've got
okay.
Boss
Dembele
and
coming
the
off
future.
for Coleman.
Yeah, because Coman can drop. He can drop. Yeah.
Interesting changes.
Yeah,
Some
Konate.
fresh
Coman.
legs. Last 15 minutes here, and then
But I think
obviously-
Rabiot should be coming off now anyway because he's not being because this guy Denmark they're coming
Next
out
step
with,
is
they're
gonna
being
be a big
aggressive
mistake.
and they play like
There's
they
no
knew
chance.
Newcastle play.
No. Well, it's finally poised. Could this be a bit like the England-USA game where both teams maybe it just peters out into actually a point not
You know what, this
worst?
This is the England US. I've seen more chances in the past 5 minutes than I saw in that entire 90.
Yeah, very true.
I mean,
That was a
which
disappointing
game has more quality on the pitch, England-USA or Wales-Iran? In my opinion, England-USA. But the reason Wales-Iran was such a great game was because both, I think, saw it as the opportunity to get their 3 points and then take it to match round 3. England-USA, USA would have thought, well, maybe we fancy ourselves to beat Iran in the next round. Maybe a draw against England is something we can be proud of. England might think we got the first win, so draw's not the way. Like, do you know what I mean? You can kind of go, we'd rather just not lose it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's right, by the way. I thought Southgate was poor yesterday, but I wonder if this might. It doesn't
It
look
wasn't
like it is, by the way.
No.
Both teams are giving it, but I just wonder if come the
It wasn't-
80th minute it just peters
well,
out.
no, let's be real here.
please,
That
please.
Wales-Iran game was not exciting until the red
I
card.
disagree.
Until
I
the
thought-
the
I
last
thought Iran
10,
played
15
well.
minutes, Iran did
I thought
play
Iran
well,
played
but
well, man. I
it was
really
not.
did.
It was not a nail-biting game. I'll put it that way. There was they hit the post twice in a
Griezmann
minute.
occasion.
There
I
was
thought it
the
was a
red
good
card,
game.
and then it kicked into gear near the end.
Do you know
a lot of that game
I
was.
realise about you're a contrarian.
Huh?
You're a contrarian.
Well, first of all, I like to play devil's advocate, but I was here watching it. I was here watching it. You can go back
if
on the
someone
stream on
says something,
DR.
he'll always say the opposite, no matter what.
that's not
even
true.
if he believes it or not. That's how I realise
That's
about
not
you.
true. That is strictly not true. That is you're
James
twisting.
will say, I like
you're
apples.
rejigging
He'll
the
say,
system.
I like oranges.
I do actually, but actually no, I prefer apples.
Oh,
Do you know what, James? You know, yes, when you were saying that Southgate was poor, no. It's this kind of we got the preconceived mentality
KPIs.
about the coach.
Yeah, it kills
so
me,
whatever he does, that preconceived mentality, that kind of anything. If England didn't do well, all of a sudden, Southgate's poor, Southgate's should be going out. To coach international, if it's that easy, those people who are talking on TV, on YouTube or whatever, they should have applied for it, isn't it? It's not that easy. And this guy, listen.
Well, then no manager deserves any criticism ever because
but
ultimately I don't have
when
his
you
job.
critique, it should be constructive, not because this person says this, this person says it shouldn't be that way. Do you understand? Because yesterday you have to give credit to the USA.
Yeah,
Well
they
done.
were good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Giving credit to USA.
France in the
Of course
box.
you do. And I'm
You
Gareth
have to give
Southgate's.
They came out with a good shape.
Yeah, USA were good.
And when England lost the game, when we didn't even lose, where the game was kind of, and again to how many meetings? In 8 or 9 meetings, England had never beaten USA. Do you understand it? So I don't know why people, when they go into this virtual pundit or virtual football, when it comes to proper football, it's not the same. So people have to understand that. No player go on the pitch there.
Oh, that was close.
Another corner there, and it was Tchouaméni just missing it.
That's
one of those where you've seen it late.
Literally,
Deflection.
Is that a foul?
No, it's a deflection.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful block. I don't think he knew much about it, but wow.
Yeah.
Great block.
Just being there, eh?
Yeah.
Right place, right time, as they say.
I hear what you're saying, Belgium, but it's not. You don't have to be a professional coach to have what I think is a fair opinion that we need a goal. Phil Foden might help us get one.
Are you trying to tell me bringing Jordan Henderson on is not going to absolutely rejuvenate your attack?
I low-key understood that one, you know.
You understood bringing Jordan Henderson on when you need a goal in the last 20-30 minutes of a game?
No, I didn't check the forecast, but from what I understand, it's the conditions, you know. They play a lot of football, get some legs in midfield.
Yeah, but Henderson, come on.
Forward enough, because obviously he was playing with double pivot, John Bellingham and Declan Rice. Then Messi was be ahead of them. But the thing is that the ball wasn't going forward enough, the transition.
Griezmann with another France corner
and
here.
the thing is that possibly when it's about low blocks,
follow up.
And you...
Yes, cross it. Well
Teo.
done. Boom.
Oh my God!
Rabiot with a bicycle.
Almost from zero to hero, man.
Every critic up in the world there, bro.
Yeah.
Oof.
United fans
that was well tried.
Hey, he's trying to get Richarlison a run for his money. Relax, my brother. You ain't got it in your locker.
I think Giroud tried one as well, like first
14.
game. Yeah.
Giroud's got it in his locker. He's got it in his locker.
His highlight reel will tell you he's
But
got it.
I can't lie to you, that Richarlison goal, I'm still not over it, man. I'm
Out
still
of
not
this
over
world.
it. Whatever happens for the rest of the tournament, that's still goal of the tournament.
Yeah, of course.
That is.
It's not only the finishing, it's just like the touch as well and the assist.
It's the
everything
touch,
is
the
perfect.
assist. And for me as well, it's World Cup debut. Every kid growing up, they dream of in my World Cup debut. I'm gonna score the chest and bicycle kick, and he literally did it to the teeth. And I'm like, and the thing is, it's for Brazil, where you was getting criticised and people saying you're not good enough. Wearing I was like, mate, that is one of those iconic moments.
Best answer.
He will never forget that. And it's one of those, like any World Cup. Anytime we look back at this World Cup, that will be one of the first moments brought up as well. So
this is it. This is the moment.
Oh my God! France sleeping.
Oh man!
Trop long. Regarde.
Braithwaite always had the run on him, you know.
Braithwaite and Goldberg linking up.
Koundé was late as well. Everyone was late.
I'd have to save. Lloris got a touch on that.
No, it was wide anyway though.
Touch on that.
Yeah, but it was wide anyway though.
Everyone was late.
The post,
it was wide.
It should have been a corner, but it was wide anyway.
He didn't get a touch on that.
He may be a good businessman, but finishing.
I think Rabiot should be coming off because he's not really giving enough. He's getting tired, and he's getting tired, and he's getting especially we need. I know he's trying to keep it as an experienced player, but I think for me, Rabiot sometimes, he's still not challenged defensively.
This could be all she wrote.
Always struggled against.
When you miss a big chance like that, how many more are you going to get?
Tchouaméni injured. No, please, we have too many injuries. No.
Who's a natural replacement?
For sure, many.
It's Rabiot as well.
What was he doing?
How you flagging?
I think he saw the gaffer was pulling his number up, and he's like, "Not today, son."
The ribs, maybe.
Today, son.
Rabiot's still not challenged.
Get Camavinga on.
Oh, he's actually out.
It's camera time.
No, it should be alright.
You can see it in his face.
No, it should
He's
be okay
gone.
because in the moment of the play, you get to win this stuff.
No, that looks like a very defeatist face to me.
I think he needs to get somebody in the middle now. He needs to get someone there.
Remember, everyone, we got Argentina, Mexico after this as well.
Yeah, that will be a banger.
Should be a good one for sure.
I'm more concerned about. Deschamps, come on, you need to come up with your game plan now. Because then each people come, they can't keep on stopping anytime you cut to, you have to break that jinx, man.
Not looking good.
Right, last 8 minutes before stoppage time. Denmark looking like they might take the points here, trying to take the game to France.
Stoppage time.
Like the TV.
Stoppage time TV, you know what I'm saying? I always say every match day, my podcast gets a shout out. I love it. How you feeling, Parisian? Last 10 minutes going into this.
I feel stressed, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just saying that it's like because you don't score, then again to all
the
of a sudden.
pressure is on us. Like they look clumsy as well, heavy on their feet.
Oh, that's
the ball is already gone off. You see, and coaches need to learn about this. When you score, leave the player, just leave them on, because you just scored, so that you go back to your plan, whatever you had before, and the game will, it's like the way you go back to your plan. As a coach, when you're playing and you score, your team score. What you normally
You mean
do.
don't change the
Don't
tactics
change the
strategy.
tactics. Don't change the player personnel.
I mean, I know that firsthand. When we play
we shouldn't be critical of Southgate.
Yes, I said that. James!
I just realised that. It's getting spicy in here, son. Oh, mate. Actually, what?
Have you seen that meme of the guy cycling and he puts a stick into his own bike?
No.
That was Belgium right there.
Go on.
Oh, man.
Hey, Denmark are taking the game.
Yeah, I think it's due response. Go on.
This guy, everyone wants Southgate's head. And this is just, for me, I just feel like it's unfair. Right? Mm-hmm. I know late Bobby Robson, when Bobby Robson took the team, that was Chris Waldo them to the World Cup, yeah? To the semis. After that, November 96, I remember in this country, they went to the semis. Mm-hmm. Apart from that, tell me again which England coach has managed to take the team back to in the World Cup and progress to.
Let me ask you a question.
I agree.
Were both those tournaments, did he have favourable runs? Yes or no? It's
Guess
not.
what?
I don't
Can
know.
only beat who's in front of you, man.
You're about to give me extra words. What did I say? I specifically said yes or no.
No, we didn't. No,
La 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 la.
No.
I asked you a simple question.
Your answer is no.
Stop.
Yeah?
Stop. I asked you a simple question.
Yeah.
Did he have a favourable run in both those tournaments?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yes or no?
We still had to beat Germany.
I'm not even listening to you.
We had to beat
That's the man of the thing. That's the world class. When we had the debate with Robbie saying about Harry Kane not being a world class player, because we were saying that Harry Kane during the big moments he was completely missing. He's a world class player.
Big dog for the big moments. I've always said this, even from young. Monaco, Champions League, PSG, Champions League, World Cup with France. Last Euros was a big blip where people tried to criticize him a lot.
This African boy.
Now he said, all right, I'm coming.
This African boy.
Let's watch this again.
Is that 3 goals this tournament now?
Already, yes.
14
Griezmann.
last round.
He's on.
Oh, hang on a second.
He's on.
He was on.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know.
You wish.
I don't have anything against him. I don't have anything
They were
against
so
him, man.
scared of
We got to admit as well, Griezmann has been brilliant this game as well.
That was brilliant,
finishing.
mate.
Came off the thigh.
That is genius.
It was the turn of pace
You see,
there
that's
to
the
get
stuff
behind.
Haaland does.
It is.
Very true.
But this guy
That's
is
the stuff Haaland does.
Very true.
He's got the ability.
If that was Haaland right now, they'd be screaming and saying, "Oh, best player in the world." But
exactly.
Mbappe, big World Cup stage.
This African boy.
It's normal. It's regular. It's what we do.
Junior James, that's an African boy, yeah? African boy, full of talent, yeah? Full of No, I'm joking.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I said he was some bin man. I just said I put Haaland slightly above him. Obviously,
I didn't even mention your name, bro.
No, what do you mean, bro? Everyone's...
I didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to. It's called indirect. You know what you're doing. This guy's smart with it, and he's trying to set me up, yeah? He's doing all these little indirect jibes and jabs. All these indirect ones, yeah.
Hey, people are saying, hold that, James. Take that, James.
Junior James.
Oh, man. No, you're right, man. Hey, you've got the last laugh here. Mbappe has put on a clinic today.
2 very different goals.
Yeah.
One where it feels like he made it happen, created the space.
The other one is Haaland finishing.
Yeah, the other is very Haaland-esque.
Well, it's what I said about Haaland was his movement, and it was Mbappe's movement there. And he did my boy Christensen over as well, unfortunately, but
that's true.
his pace, he's just
But
too quick,
they need to be switched on now because game is not over yet.
You know, he's very criticised in France as well.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
Even last year.
Well, I think his attitude doesn't help him, man. I'm not going to lie. His attitude does.
Yeah, but you have to play with Sandra.
What
did he do?
Man.
What did he do?
What did he do, man? Throws his toys
Tell me,
the guy
what did he
wants
do?
to run the show over there, man.
The
guy wants to run the show over there, man.
Yeah, but you
Run
can
the
see
show
what you can see.
for PSG, for France, for what?
When he talks,
He's running the show. He's the best French player.
I'm not talking about on the pitch. I'm talking about off the pitch. He wants everything to revolve around him.
So what? That's modern football at the end of the day. You're here to make money.
Hey!
Yeah? So what's going on? You have Real Madrid coming and then PSG is trying to make you stay. Say, well, I have a better offer.
Like this game ain't over.
What do you want to put on the table?
Well, they'll add 20 minutes added time, so...
But this game ain't over, yeah. Tremeni went down, couple substitutions. I'm expecting at least 8 or 9 minutes.
I disagree. I think people are a bit harsh with them. Even in France, French media...
Mate, people are too harsh on Mbappe, in my opinion. I think for what he's done and achieved in the game, I'm sorry, there has been nobody, only R9 can come close to achieving what he has achieved by his age. Not Messi, not Ronaldo.
Messi had won Ballon d'Ors by this age.
Not Maradona.
Messi had won Ballon d'Ors by this age.
None of them, man, can do what he's done
yes,
so
they
far.
can. Yeah, Messi at his age had already won Ballon d'Ors.
How old is he? 23, 24?
23, yeah.
23.
Even let's say, even if we go back 2 years, what he done by 21. I'm saying, as a wonder kid, there's been no better wonder kid, in my opinion, than. What was Messi doing at 18?
Winning Ballon d'Ors.
Let me ask you a question. Do you remember Messi's first World Cup?
Winning Ballon d'Ors.
Do you remember?
Why are you putting everything down to the World Cup? The World Cup is not the only thing in football.
This is why I said wonder kid. You're not listening, you see.
No, but
so winning the Ballon d'Or at that age means nothing.
Coming off the bench 23 must have been a better player.
Of course he was.
23 at Messi, yes, we can argue. But I'm saying as a wonder kid, I'm breaking off at 21.
Right. Okay,
nobody achieved more than Mbappe at the age of 21.
What year did Messi win his first Ballon d'Or? How old was he?
Ballon d'Or is not better than World Cup.
Yes, it is. We're talking about players, man.
It's the highest achievement of achievements, fam.
We're talking individual awards, man.
You off this show for saying reckless.
Bro, but actually, I'm gonna stick up for James a little bit. To win a World Cup as well, and Mbappe, no one can question what he did on the path to France winning it. It is partly dependent on what you got around you as well.
Yes, and
again.
Ballon d'Or. Do you remember when he was single-handedly knocking out?
That's too much. Well, he was alone on the right side.
Messi won his first Ballon d'Or at the age of 22.
And what did I say? 21.
No, you're right. Back in the days, the Ballon d'Or was meaningful.
Culminating in him scoring in Barca's Champions League final win over Ronaldo's Man United.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait, Loris?
I think Messi at 22, 23 had done some pretty unbelievable stuff, to be fair.
He was orange
level
by
that was already being talked about as one of the greatest of all time, surely?
He was the greatest of all time.
I mean, I remember Messi tearing us apart in 2011. That's 11 years ago, and I remember thinking
I felt like for me personally, I felt like 2011, after that second Champions League win, was when Messi got the full accolades. I felt like that first 2009 Champions League win, it was more Pep and the system. And the fact that Barca were tiki-taka. What are you talking about? You were probably in nappies.
I was not in nappies. I remember watching that. That's where he scored that towering header over Rio Ferdinand. He scored that towering header over
Barcelona
Ferdinand.
team was based around Pep and his system. That was the midfield.
Yeah, and who made his system?
Xavi, Iniesta.
Not Messi.
Spain had taken over.
Not Messi made the Barcelona Pep system tiki-taka.
This is what I'm saying,
Messi was part of it.
This is what happens when you have
not
people who
Messi
play too
was.
much
No,
FIFA.
I disagree with that.
Don't try that. Don't try that rubbish, mate. Don't try that FIFA rubbish, man.
When Pep took over, he was trying to. In fact, the conversation he did have with Eto'o and Ronaldinho was, I think he wanted to be the ball.
He was a nappies. He was a nappies. He doesn't.
I was not in that. Yeah. Try the old man card, mate.
3 years old.
Stop dissing the poor geezer.
So try the old man card on me, mate. Try the old man card. No chance, mate.
That's poor.
Why is there 6 minutes though?
Ask Pep who he built his system around. Ask Pep who he built his system around there. That's all I'm saying.
Fofana is in. Okay, then he's trying to stay in the middle.
Griezmann off Fofana on for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, just to kind of bring in some kind of stability at the back because.
He's closing it. Closing it a bit. But
Big Ash sent in a wonderful super chat stating a very, James, as you like to say, fact. But did you know that Lionel Messi has never in his entire career scored in a World Cup knockout stage?
Yes, I do, because it's been pointed out about 20 times over this past week.
Okay. That is quite mad, isn't it?
It is mad.
Is that true of Ronaldo as well?
Yes, it is. And this is what I'm saying, like when you have to take into totality of what a player does. This is why I say Mbappe at 21, what he had achieved by then, Champions League, he single-handedly tore up teams and shown what he can do. World Cup international, at every big stage where you can question, can he do it? Can he do it? He said every time, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Plus, you need to add the fact that that's one of your arguments, guys, and people in the chat. The rest of the year is evolving in a Farmers League, so it's not really.
There's no thing called Farmers League.
So you know, no, of course, there's no Farmers League. But people are saying he's playing in the Farmers League.
It's just a lazy argument.
Give him more credit for this as well, because the rest of the year he's not even trading against big teams as well.
You should subscribe and turn the notification bells on while you're at it.
Where do you think Mbappe's next move is? Do you think he'll get that Real Madrid?
He might get Real Madrid eventually. Eventually, he'll get it. No, he's not.
I think now he's going to hold a Premier League.
No!
What, who? City?
Clear it!
Chelsea?
I think Chelsea
Liverpool,
is the one
United?
Do you think he will fit the Premier League?
I think Chelsea.
Buzzy!
Do you know what? Come to the Emirates, wear the number 14 and just lead us to titles.
Nah. That's Anthony Martial.
United, yeah? No way. Ooh! Why? What was that? Oh, guys!
I'll take Thuram.
Yeah.
Well, that was beautiful.
He's on a free at the end of the season, Marcus Thuram.
Bring him in.
I'll have him.
Take your time, exactly. Take your time.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're playing Perisic up front.
It's for them to play now.
Sorry, we've been getting on.
It's World Cup, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to take a break.
You know what? That was unnecessary. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Minute and a half. This is good. Good bit of game management.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what they needed, man.
We said 2-1.
No, I said 2-1.
I said 3-1.
I
changed it to 2-0. Well done, Kingsley. Well done, June.
It might be 3-1 now.
Try. Boom. Yes.
Oh, that was a bit.
That was a lazy one.
It's their last chance here. Terrible touch.
Well done.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
No, 1 minute.
Rabiot's doing quite well, isn't he?
We saw it with Iran as well. So
he fell asleep for the goal, but aside from that, he's been solid.
You remember Portugal's keeper mistake as well.
Oh man!
so if Denmark,
I'm telling you, you never
that's
know.
Inexcusable. I think, man.
It's a straight shootout then. Denmark, Australia, the winner goes through.
I think so, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, they enjoyed it as well.
Denmark, Tunisia.
Well, Denmark will be on a point, but they face Australia next.
Oh yeah.
Australia on 3, Tunisia on 1. So it would need for Tunisia to do something mad against France. So if Denmark beat Australia, that's it.
France has gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd be amazed if France rolled over and just. They might make 5 or 6 changes. I don't see them. Tunisia, I don't know.
Tunisia might
even rotated side. Listen, Tunisia looked good the other day against Denmark. They were the better team.
But they were poor today, man. I don't know. They were not.
Yeah.
Ref, that should be end now. That should be the end now.
Oh, there's one more. Is it a corner? Let it be a corner, please.
Long throw.
So you need a Rory Delap.
That would have been get the cash.
Super sub Rory Delap coming in.
That should be over now.
Oh, he is. He's going for the long throw. Here we go.
Can you not see?
This is it. This is where the magic happens, son. Look at this throw. There's a sea of Denmark fans culminate
it's a good
behind the
throw.
goal.
Hit it, just hit it.
Højbjerg! Oh,
Hey, Johnny Wilkinson.
no. Wasn't even Højbjerg, man.
Come on,
Who was
let's
that?
We did not win the World Cup.
No, myself, yeah.
Just one game.
Yeah, good.
Well, just for him, I agree. For Kylian, for everyone roasting Kylian all the time, I think he
He's a
deserves
fantastic
it, man.
player, man. He's an African
He's
boy,
proved
man.
that
Give it to him, man. He will
One
come
of the
to
best
Arsenal
in
one
the
day.
world.
Do you know, Wenger, we almost signed him though, but he will come one day.
You almost signed
see
everyone
national
under
anthem,
Wenger, mate. Ronaldo.
He will come to Arsenal, man.
Yeah.
Allez, blood! Superb.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice one, man.
Leave it. Nice one.
I was doing
I was late. I did the job. Now I'm off.
No.
You got the job done. 3 points collected in the bag.
What do they say? Bien joué. Is that well played?
Yeah.
Bien joué. Is that
Well played. Yeah, well.
Bien joué, bien joué.
No, he said it with the Italian accent. Bien joué.
Bien joué.
What is that? The Italian?
No.
I said it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's the end of that, and that's 2-1 France. Mbappe double.
Oh, he's a
That was
does
good,
the
man.
job. Turns up.
That was tense, but that was
Let
good.
me read out some super chats before
Had
we
some
wrap
goals.
up as well. Guys, Messi was the heir to Maradona in 2006 World Cup. Come on now. When Mbappe's pace goes, it's over. Messi is in a different stratosphere. Fuad, internationally, Mbappe has always had great players around him. You can't compare him to Messi and that Argentina team.
Jesus Christ.
Go and look back at some of those Argentina teams, my brother. Don't
No, you
underestimate
cannot
them.
compare that to the France team.
If Messi would have chosen Spain over Argentina like Mbappe did with France, he would have had 3 World Cups and 2 Euros. They forget that, don't they? Boys, what do we think of that game anyway? I see Belgium's already kissing the trophy. Parisian.
Was I want
Yeah,
I
I don't mind holding it. I'm not really into it.
No,
I don't believe-
for
Why
Portugal,
not?
so
Why?
The holders, the
I don't
holders, the
believe in black
holders.
magic. I only
No, you lot
believe
can
in
hold
God.
it. You lot are actually
Yeah,
the
that's
current
right.
holders, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
You can hold it for now,
Well,
but
at least you.
it's
look,
coming home.
But what did you
It's
make of that
coming
game?
home, mate.
Obviously a nervy
It is
finish.
coming home.
Nervy again. I think the midfield is still our main weakness. We need to sort that out. Rabiot's still very clumsy. It's just very irregular on his side. But bro, I'm telling you, when Mbappe decides to turn up, there's nothing you can do about it, man. It's just the way it is. He's a world class player. Lloris, what do you make of Lloris?
Hey, listen, people know my thoughts on Lloris, man. I've been saying Spurs have needed to look for a long-term replacement for the best part of 2 years. I think since the 2018 World Cup, I feel like he's been on a slow and gradual decline. I just hope he doesn't kind of expire in front of our eyes at like the World Cup or something like that. And it's like, oh, Lloris is finished. It's like, this has been coming for a while. That's why I was disappointed Manian didn't make the tournament.
He got injured.
Like Mignon, he got an
he could
injury,
have
picks
been
up an injury,
someone.
unfortunately.
I think
I wanted him to be, same.
possibly, yeah. So yeah, but yeah.
No, that looks
that's my
good.
thoughts
Even
on
without Benzema, without Pogba, without Conte, without Kimpembe,
And again,
and without Hernandez as well. I look like
Fernandez again.
we have resources, man.
What's the name
This is
of
a solid team.
Nkunku too,
And
yeah.
Nkunku as well. Forgot about Nkunku,
Yeah,
bro.
that was a shame.
Those
man.
were like key players, you know, and everyone was scared. In France, we were like, it's not looking as good as 2018.
And it's
But
only
we're still
23.
solid. We're confirming that you guys do not underestimate us.
2-1 flatters Denmark, like it does. They had that spell after France went 1-0 up, and for about 20 minutes, I think Denmark were playing a lot better, having some openings, the odd shot, got the goal. But France, I think when you look at the whole, what do they play, about 96 minutes of football?
Yeah.
I thought France were clearly the better side.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not looking good for my sweepstake. I just thought France, not that they looked like they could score at any moment, because they were lacking that little bit of cutting edge in central areas. Dembele and Mbappe were unbelievable today. But I just think they always looked like they were just going to win. Even though I said come the 80th minute, it might peter out. Then great ball to the back post, bit of quality, Mbappe's there, and they win it.
They had many occasions, but look,
They did,
the Lloris save was closer, so we did not really look like we were always going
Do
to
you
win.
think? I don't know.
No, I had a feeling. that
They were about
and I
to-
said it,
yeah.
even though they scored, I said no,
Yeah.
France will go in and score.
Did you feel troubled by Denmark today? Because
Yeah,
it's always,
yeah, I
it's
did.
always interesting when you're the
100%.
fan supporting. It's
100%.
Yeah.
I
We
was a
always
little
struggle
nervy.
against them, and
I was
I think for
nervy.
20 minutes maybe. But
Yeah, I was
largely
nervy.
I thought
No, but
France
even
were
after
pretty
they did miss a fair few chances, but
They had
that
a
is the
clear cut-
difference. It's similar
the
to what I was
odd
saying
save,
about
but-
Portugal. And on the back of that performance, I do have to swallow a little bit of humble pie because Mbappe, obviously, like you're saying, he's good, delivers on the big stage.
Well, you saw him there, you watch it now, isn't it?
No, but from that, just the two key moments is what decisively cleared it. You said it flatters them. I don't think. Yeah, Giroud did miss a few big chances, but it was in those key moments on the break, Mbappe just completely changed the game in that second half.
Yeah, maybe I'm being harsh on Denmark.
I think you are being a bit harsh on Denmark.
No, James, I disagree. How can you say that? In the face of the game, if you look at the possession, again to a team who literally wanted to win that game, it was the French team.
Oh no, France were the better team.
One second. First half, we saw what happened. They had more of the ball. They were actually probing to score. And again, as Le Parisien said, the only issue that the French team has is in the middle of the park, and that's why, because they're in the transition, and that's why they struggled a little bit. But again, it was easy Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele.
But this is where top players make the difference. I feel like it's like the France team today. I felt like didn't replicate that. As we were saying in the second game, can they replicate that performance from the first game? First game against Australia, they looked like the world champions. This game they struggled a little bit, but Dembele and Mbappe, I felt like today were the big standout.
Even Griezmann was quite
and Griezmann as well. But this is where these kind of big players with experience as well.
But Denmark, they're good team.
Denmark,
they're good team.
Denmark, Griezmann chance at 0-0.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. I think France could have had 3 or 4 today.
In the first half, they could have been out of sight.
Would you say we look better than England then?
Yes.
So for me, that's the thing. Is some people in the comments are saying
top players.
It shows how bad England is.
We don't have somebody like Mbappe. We don't have somebody like Mbappe.
John D says England.
Unfortunately,
John D even says take notes, England. That's how you win. Cal B says shows how bad England is. Like this.
No, they're not bad in terms of. Do you know what? In France, they've got their academy.
France got their revenge after the 2 losses.
I think England just lacking that marquee man.
That is also an important thing.
Meaningful.
You're defending your trophy. You're playing against a team that you've lost to twice as well.
Yeah.
You know the World Cup teams that second game haven't really lived up to it. I think this is one of those games, as you said, just there. It's one of those mental can really give you a lift, if that makes sense. Yeah. So for the rest of the tournament, it holds you in good stead. But listen, guys, make sure at home, remember you can click the link in the description as well. Join the predictions battles. Did anybody get it right today, actually? It was
I said 3-1.
I said 2-0.
Yeah.
And I
think everyone predicted clean sheets.
No one said 2-1.
I said 3-1.
Did you? No, you said 2-1.
But I didn't know that there was
you said 2-1, no?
I think I might
No, I can't remember. But I didn't know that there was a Tottenham goalie the other side.
But listen, it don't matter. If you got your predictions right at home, congratulations to you. Listen, as we said, there's an opportunity to win £125,000 throughout this group stage, and it only takes £1 to
Come on, man, go on it,
click
man.
the link in the description, join at home, and check out this video from Lee as well. Take care, guys. That's all from us. Guys, Parisian, Belgium,
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Wow.
Well, Fuad.
Take care.
Let's play DR Sports Prediction Battle. Spain versus Germany go head to head in what could be the best game so far in this tournament. I'm going for a 2-1 Spain win, but it could go either way. España. What do you think? Play DR Sports Prediction Battle. Get involved. Sign up and play by clicking the link.
Everyone's talking about metaverses, but I'm well happy to be in the OG metaverse, the game that started it all. If you played, send us a tweet to @DRSportsMedia. We had this room made specially for the DR Sports fan base. You can get custom-made clothing, items and furniture based on DR Sports colours. To open the shop, click the shopping trolley. There are all sorts of other rooms and games in Habbo. Open up the navigator window on the bottom right-hand side of your toolbar to see. And I'll be here once every week, and I want to see you there. Make sure to follow DR Sports on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, because we're running a weekly competition for you to interview me in Habbo.